Yo, peace. Welcome to the Adrian X Maya broadcast slash podcast on YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, and all the other platforms that you can catch us on. Today we have Neicy J back on the panel. Welcome back, Neicy J. How are you doing?
I am great. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for joining us again. So we just want to go back to where we left off. We was on question 6. We already got four people in the chat. So yeah, that number is kind of fluctuating. But yeah, we want to go back to the question that we were asking. But before we get into it, I want to break the ice again with this with the icebreaker story, and then I'm gonna ask you a question. So there was once this man, right? He stumbled upon a genie glass jar. You know what I'm talking about, where you get the genie jar and then the genie comes out and all that stuff. So he happened to see one of those different. He happened to see that jar there, and he wanted to make a wish. And like a person usually gets 3 wishes, but when the genie popped out, he automatically told him that he had one wish to be granted. One wish should be granted to him in his favor. So pretty much after stumbling upon, that jar and the genie, he pretty much was mesmerized. He was very amazed. He was like, okay, I have this one wish. If I only get one wish, I wish I have all the riches and the gold in the world. What do you think happened to him after he uh wished for all the riches and the wealth in the world? What do you think happened to him?
Ooh, this is a good one. I truly don't know.
You sure you wanna take a stab at it? Try to want to say what happened. You can't think of something. Just
All the riches and what you said, wealth in the world.
yeah, he was granted. And then let me ask you. Let me say this part. I've left this part of the story. The genie asked him, "Do you want it right now too?" And he said, "Yes, right now." Really, he urgently wanted it right now. So what do you think happened to him?
I don't know. He turned into a god.
Not quite. He actually died. Do you get why he died?
No.
Well, the genie asked him, "Do you want it right now?" And he was like, "Yeah, right now, right now." So you think that when he was granted all the riches and the wealth in the world, he got it. He got what he asked for. It came to him right then and there. So he died.
Okay.
Yeah, he died because it's an overwhelmingly amount of wealth that landed on top of him that he got consumed with. So he died, if you get it. So the moral of the story, before we get into it, is that never bite off more than what you can chew. Um, Also, be grateful for what you have, and it's the little things that make a big difference. That's the moral of the story. So,
All
but
right.
anyway, I just thought I would do that to break the ice again. But I want to go back to the question I had asked you. Do you consider yourself to be a traditional woman? I know you answered that part of the question, but I don't think you answered the last part, which is, do you think most Americanized women of today are traditional? I don't think you answered that part.
We kind of touched it, and we watched a video about it.
Hmm.
Is traditional as in old school traditional? Okay, no. Because we are not in the times that we were in the past. Things change,
Okay.
people change, so our
Okay.
traditional will look different.
Right. Yeah, I already pretty much gave my answer. So if y'all want to know what I said, just review the first video and you'll see what I said, because I'm not gonna reiterate that. Um, but okay, yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to the seventh question. what qualities do you value the most in other individuals?
The quality I value the most is probably honesty. Um, Honesty and loyalty actually fit neck and neck.
Okay.
And when I say
Okay.
loyalty, that's to yourself, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily to the other person. Stay true to you. So always
Mm,
be loyal to you and know who you are. And if that aligns with the other person, then of course you're going to be loyal to them.
that's pretty much well said. I agree with that loyalty part. That actually was one of my answers in that, but I also want to add more to it. The qualities that I value most in other individuals are authenticity, along with what you said, loyalty, respect, accountability, responsibility, integrity, and ethics, because with these type of qualities, I know that a person is willing to work on his or herself no matter what. And that person may not be perfect, but they are willing to learn and evolve into something greater each day. And then also, this person doesn't make excuses and don't blame other people, and don't blame other people for their downfalls. So you understand me? That's pretty much my answer to that. And yeah, that's how I see it. So the next question would be is, what do you think is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life. Ooh,
Yeah.
that one's deep, right? Meaning of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, I would have to say the meaning of life is however you interpret it. You're the one who have to die with your perception of everything. Um, the meaning of life is whatever you bring to it, whatever you give it. That would be my answer.
Okay, so if I may ask you, what do you give to life that gives you the meaning of it?
What do I give to life? Um, give me a little bit more for that one. What do you mean? That's such a big question. Um,
Right. So when I say, what do you give to life? Because you said whatever you perceive life to be and whatever you make it out to be. So I'm saying, what do you do to give life meaning? That's what
oh,
I'm trying to ask you, if that makes
gotcha.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I enjoy just helping people, having
Okay.
conversations, helping people just walk through life. Um, I'm always there to just listen or give advice. Um,
Hmm.
that's always been me. Um, just enjoying the time that I spend with people, making great moments. And I love giving that tough love. I love that honesty, right? That's one of my values that I value about people, giving them the straightforward truth. You're always gonna get my true, authentic answer.
Right. Exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. Like, especially in this day and age, it's good to, like, you say you like helping people. A lot of people don't realize that servitude is leadership. If you reflect on, I just was telling somebody this the other day, you reflect on all the great women and men and women throughout history, like Dr. Martin Luther King, um, Angela, Coretta Scott King, and all these different figures, Jesus, Muhammad, whether they were real figures or non-fictional or fictional figures. You can learn from these people because they service people. They gave people what they wanted to make the most profound impact on civilization and the world at hand. So when you serve people, you give people what they want, which is freedom, and whether it can be a business or whether they want a car. Like if you're, you know what I'm saying, you just giving back to them in some way to help them to bring out the best versions of themselves or to be the best person that they can be. So if you're providing the type of good service to somebody, to me, that's partially what gives life meaning. But what I want to add on to that is what a quote that Bruce Lee said is that the meaning of life is to realize that you cannot use the word and when speaking of yin and yang, as yin yang is never two, but rather two poles of one interconnected process. And human beings must realize this. So that's end quote. Now this is me speaking. Human beings must realize that some days will be positive and some days will be negative. Hence, you can't have one without the other, because otherwise it's impure and unpure consciousness. To me, that is life. Realizing that you can't just always have the honey, you got to also take the bitterness that come with it. You know what I'm saying? So if human beings focus on finding things that ignite their passion for living, then we can carry on with life each day. You get what I'm saying? So shine regardless of the darkness that may consume you at times. You learn that from like people like Batman and Spider-Man. If you look at their stories, Batman lost his parents. So yeah, he was consumed with darkness, but he became illuminated too by becoming a hero. You get what I'm saying? So the whole point of meditation is spiritual practices. That's also too, meaning you have to immerse yourself into this darkness or bliss in order to come out illuminated or enlightened. Okay, so that's how we're able to find the meaning of life or know what we want. It's first the inner, then the outer. Okay, and that's how one, like I said, when you look at people like the Buddhist, the great one, he once said that all life is suffering, and the reason why all life is suffering is because, this is the second part of my answer, is because we have these attachments when it comes to life, like the desires that one has with family, material things, and etc. So once we practice the law of conscious detachment, which means to let go of things that are temporary, because life is temporary. And remember, the most important thing that which unites us all is the soul. The soul connects everything. When you take everything else away, that's what matters to me. That's what the true meaning of life is. What I just laid out before you, if that all makes sense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I like to add just mentorship, right? So you always need a mentor that's older than you. You
Mm,
mentioned a bunch that you might not know that we heard about in history. So
mm-hmm,
people that we don't know become those mentors and get us through these life milestones or life events.
mm-hmm.
And then you have mentors. I always say grab a mentor who's younger than you, because time
Yeah.
is
Oh yeah.
ever changing, and your peers,
Mm-hmm.
So I think mentorship is something that guides us through life. Now, if you got a life coach, somebody that can coach you through it, that's even better. Or if you're becoming a
Mm-hmm.
coach, I like to coach people through things. So
Mm-hmm.
those are good values to have and to look out to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I agree 100% of what you said. I also want to edify myself while we're here, and then we're gonna jump back into the questions. This is gonna kind of change, going back in time a little bit, like we're a time machine. Uh, Going back to my first video when I talked about traditional women and stuff. I want to slightly go back to that just really quick for myself. You don't have to, I'm not going to ask you no questions. I want to edify myself in the video. I did mention that Asian women are the most submissive, in my humble opinion, across the board when they are not warped by feminism ideology or westernized ideals. Now, I do want to say this too, because I have to acknowledge this and edify myself. In certain Asian cultures, uh, some parents, which include the mom, especially since we were talking about women and particularly, they are considered authoritative parents, but they're not only authoritative to the child, but they're also authoritative to their husbands. So when you talk about authoritative beings, some Asian women do take on that role of being authoritative and allowing their husband to go back to bring home the bacon and everything, but they treat him like he's a submissive provider pretty much. He is a he takes on a role of being the traditional man, going to work, making the money and then coming home, but he has to come home to a dictator type of wife, you know what I'm saying, that rules over the household with an iron hand. So I'm not talking about those type of women, but I will acknowledge that those Asian women do exist out there too. But I'm talking about a traditional Asian woman when I say that is not warped by that. But that's what I wanted to say to edify myself, going back to traditional women and stuff. So that's what I want to say. I don't know if you want to add to that, but if not, I will go on and proceed with the next question.
Well, when you say feminism and not having that feminism ideology, I don't actually understand that, because if you are a woman, you have to have some femininity in yourself. So that can
Well,
be
we gonna
another
get
topic.
into yeah, no, we gonna get into that because I'm gonna explain what it is. Because see, that's the thing. Feminism and femininity is not the same thing, but a lot of people will think it's the same because the root word of each word is feminine. But feminism now, or feminism in general, doesn't mean the same thing as being a feminine woman. Those are two different things in my humble view. But we will talk about that when we reach the last question. But the next question will be is, which sex is more than likely to lie about how long they've gone without sex?
Ooh, that's a hard. I think that goes by individual.
You gotta choose one.
That's yeah. Well, I think all people be lying about that. But let me stop. If I had to say, oh, that's hard. Maybe girls, I'll talk to from my experience. I'll talk to my
Okay.
girlfriends and they'll be like, "Oh, that one didn't count." I'll be like, "What you mean that one didn't count?" You did,
What?
right?
Say
but
what?
but then I don't know. The guys be like, I can't remember. I can't recall. So that can mean a lot.
Man.
So I don't know. I feel like humans as a whole just don't tell the truth sometimes about that. It's just my opinion.
And I want y'all to hit the cash app. Make sure uh $ ADD 1989. That will be much appreciated. And all that good stuff. If you like the content, I wanted to make sure y'all take the time to like this. It only takes a split second to do that. Like it, share it, and sub to the channel because we are having noteworthy conversations and we want to make sure that we are sharing the wealth. Sharing is caring, as they say. But okay, I'll answer. Okay, I would say both, but I would say men lie differently, and so do women. I think men lie about how many women that they slept with to impress other people, especially if they have superficial thinking. If they want to have this idea, oh yeah, I'm a player, so he gonna say, yeah, I slept with so many women, man. So he's gonna try to up himself up And then on top of that, in my humble view, I think women in some way, when they hear a man or they perceive a man to believe that he's had a lot of women, they make that one that makes them want the man more because in some way, shape, or form, women do like competition with other women. So I say in that regard that men tend to say they tend if they're gonna lie, they lie about how many more they sleep with. But women, on the other hand, I think they um I think on the other hand that when they talk about how many guys they've been with, they avoid being they try to say a low number, or they try not to answer it, or they try to avoid the answer because they don't want to be labeled a whore or nothing like that. And that's, not something to be really proud of. So they don't really try to say they slept with a lot of guys, or they may not mention it, or they may not bring it up because some women value the fact but some women, if they are caught up in the feminism agenda, they will say, yeah, I'm with OnlyFans, yes, I'm an escort, or I'm a prostitute. So that's the only time women will be like, okay, I'm proud of how many guys I've been with, because I've seen on social media too that this one woman said that she's been with like 2,000 men. So some women that are masculine or don't care, have no value in themselves, they will lie. But women that actually have respect for themselves, they either going to tell the truth, or they may try to say create a false narrative, and they'll say a lower number because they don't want to perceive to be in a negative light. So social media age, like I said before, is the new age digital diary for most modern women. So you'll get the best of both worlds. You'll either get them telling the truth, lying, or somewhere in a gray area. So that's my view when it comes to that question being asked. So having said that, I do want to, if you want to add something else to what I said, go ahead. But I wanted to show this video as well, and then ask you this last question. Okay. What is the question? Or what is the video that I had that I wanted to show you? Okay, here it is. Here it is. You're gonna have to get used. And then I'm gonna ask you the last question after I show you this. Hold on, not the commercial, not the commercial. Okay. Why? Okay. Feminism. Women are supposed to. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. So let me know in the chat if y'all can see this. I'm hoping that y'all can see this in here. If y'all can't, then I will just play it. Can y'all hear this?
Okay.
I will play it 2 times. This is a short video anyway. For those who can't hear it, I'll play it a second time. Okay, so let me play it one more time for the people that didn't hear it all the way, because I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I want to play it one more time because it's a really short video, but it's very impactful. Okay, so let me play it again. Let me take my earbuds off too, so that way y'all could probably. That was probably why y'all couldn't hear it. All right, so hold on. You only got one more question, so I want to play this really quick.
And we're going to talk about it. So here we go.
First of all, I'm not a misogynist, because a misogynist is someone that puts down women. I exalt women to their rightful role. Women are supposed to be women, not men. And every time somebody says that a woman is equal to a man and does what a man could do, you're actually abusing and denigrating women. Women have a unique purpose, and they're special. They're fearfully and wonderfully made by God. I support women. So I'm not a misogynist. I don't put no, you're putting down women by saying women can be men. You're putting down women by saying transgenders can be women. No, they can never be women. Women are special, and no man can just convert to a woman today. You're putting down women by saying that. So you're actually anti-women. I'm pro-woman. I'm pro-mothers, I'm pro-wives, and I'm pro-women.
Okay. So that's what did you hear that better?
Yeah, I heard it better.
Okay. Hold on real quick. Let me put my earbuds back in and then I'm gonna proceed with the next question. Cause this is like a precursor to what I want to talk about in this next question that I ask you, because people oftentimes have this idea what feminism is, but sometimes they get the idea of it be Oh, having said that, did you have anything that you wanted to say regarding the video that I just played?
It kind of was in the middle of a conversation, so I mean, for me, it really didn't have any value for me, because it just caught a little snippet of something of a conversation. If you
Okay.
tell me what you're thinking from that content, I can piggyback off of you, but I really didn't get
Okay.
anything from it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask you the question first, and then I'm gonna go into both of the video and just my answer to what, because it's going into the conversation that we're gonna have anyway. So my question is, how do you feel about feminism? Is it helping society as a whole? And what I'm gonna add this part into it as well. What is feminism? So it's a three-part question. How do you feel about feminism? Is it helping society as a whole? And what is it to you?
Let's see. How do I feel? What is feminism? Feminism is a movement that is basically trying to give the voice to women. Like, for instance, equal job opportunity, we can play some of these sports, we have a voice. I look at feminism as a positive movement. You always have an extremist to the right or left, but if you don't
Okay.
represent yourself, then who will? So I feel like it's positive. Could you give me another question, please?
How do you feel about, or you already asked, well, you answered, how do you feel about feminism? Did you answer
Yes.
that?
Yep.
Okay.
For
Is
me,
it
that's positive.
okay? Yeah. Is it helping society as a whole?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So, all right. So this is my idea, and this is how most men has seen it. I personally am openly against feminism personally, and it to me it does a disservice for society as a whole. Now I feel like at a certain extent, feminism at one point in time may have been about equality to a man and a woman, but like in modern day society with women, I feel like now it's more about women trying to rule over men. And I want to add more to it. Like, to me, the feminism agenda is more so like pro LGBTQ first, which stands for lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and queer folks, as we all know, or for some that don't know, that's what I mean. And I wholeheartedly, I'm against LGBTQ and all that, and I think feminism and LGBTQ are two sides of the same coin. And I want to just make this clear. I don't hate no feminists, and I'm not against LGBTQ, but I'm completely against the ideology because I feel like it's detrimental to society as a whole, especially when it comes to Black, African, and melanated people. I had the wonderful chance to interview Dr. Umar Johnson, but I did not speak to him regarding this, but I do know his stance and I actually agree with it. He says, as an educator, life coach, a therapist, and a psychology for many different for Black people, especially for about 2 decades, he has dealt with different cases, and he said about 95% of gays and lesbians and all of them have dealt with that he has dealt with on a personal level, whether he has worked with them or helped them with issues, was mostly sexually abused while they were children. And this is not coming from a Eurocentric case or research study. This is coming from an Afro-centered professional and Pan-Africanist scholar, so who has experienced it throughout his career. And he also argues that the pathology of a child of a child being born under like LGBTQ or under that or under feminism ideology, it goes under the category of like childhood sexual victimization. So meaning that kids are being touched and things like that, things of that sort, because there are people in the LGBTQ community as well as the feminism community that they don't speak out against the guys in the organizations that claim to like kids, and they try to perceive it as a normal thing. If you look at the documentary called What is a Woman, I actually did a review over that documentary where the guy goes around asking different women what is a woman and stuff like that. And there was these 2 American psychologists. They conducted these heinous types of studies with kids, and they perceived it to be normal, but really it was under child abuse. And they was doing like child abuse studies and stuff like that. You oftentimes hear these feminists, they will say they don't have rights as women, but they don't never speak on the eternal affairs that go on within the LGBTQ and the feminism movement. So to me, that feels like they don't mind that stuff going on, or these different type of transgenders that go around in classrooms and dance and parade and sashay themselves around in front of these kids. They never say anything about that, but they more so try to condemn men and punish men. That's what I see from the feminism movement in today's era. And then on top of that, when we go back into time, Margaret Sanger, who was a feminist, she was a hardcore feminist, and she pretty much said that she's pretty much the founder of Planned Parenthood, and pretty much she wanted to control and exterminate the Negro population or Black people as a whole. And she said that we don't want the word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. And then we got people like Hillary Clinton, who's a part of the Democratic parties and stuff like that, who is a feminist too. She's a feminist. She's pro-feminism and stuff like that support this. So to me, I don't agree with stuff like that, because to me, you got to deal with nature. And women that tend to think like this, men don't really value those type of women, because these women only really are about servicing themselves and continuing on the agenda to divide the family. So that's why I personally don't support feminism, because if feminism is about just solely about, now I want to add this part, if feminism is solely about just being equal to a man, in my humble opinion, women should create autonomous zones and start creating their own nations and armies and stuff like that, so they can become equal. If they can start building their own sports without the help of a man, because a lot of times women will say that they're independent, which is still feminism talking points and stuff like that. I pay my own bills, I got my own car and all this, but you you still have to rely on a man to build those things for you. So you're not independent. And to me, women more so are gravitating towards that ideology, which is again a part of feminism, saying that I could just do everything on my own without the help of a man. But we know that's not true because nobody's independent from anything. We all need air, so we're not independent from air. We're not independent from bills. We're not independent from none of these things in which we think we are. We're all actually interdependent beings, meaning that we all have to work together to get somewhere important of our lives, whether we have parents, life coaches, or whatever. So there's a lot of division, in my humble opinion, when it comes to feminism and what they bring forth as far as their ideology. But I don't know if you want to add to what I want to more of what I said, or if you disagreed, or whatever the case may be. But you can go ahead and feel free to say what you want to say. Hello, you still there? I'm not sure if she's still there. Hold on, guys. See where my guess is. Are you muted? Let's give her a few minutes. I guess she just got off the air. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure if she lost signal or what happened, but we don't know. Well, let's see what she's doing here. Let's see what's happening. See if she's gonna come back on here for a second. Let's see. Not sure what happened. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, okay. Here she is. She must have. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what she. We having some technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. She lost signal or. Let me see. Let me actually. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, ladies and gents. Let me see. She's gonna get back on here. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay, she's back. I
Okay.
was like, what happened?
I have no
All
idea.
right, did you?
Go.
Yeah. I don't know what happened either. Okay, but we back. Okay, so I'm not sure if you got anything of what I said.
I did.
However, okay, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to add more to what I had to say, or if you what is your, if you got any last points to make, go ahead and I'll let you, go ahead and do that from there.
Yeah, I I didn't particularly like how you compared LG, how do you say it, LGTB community with feminism.
Yeah.
Two separate things. I don't think they should be
Mm-hmm.
compared at all the same. That sounds very degrading in my opinion. So yeah,
Okay.
I didn't care for that. Um, when I look at
What about,
feminism, go ahead, go ahead.
what I was gonna say is, what if I told you that they put themselves in that category? It's not me saying it out of my mouth and saying that I'm putting it in there. It's them saying,
That was
it's
certain
them putting.
individuals. That's not the intent of feminism is. When I think of feminism, I'm thinking of
Okay.
how, like you said, to Planned Parenthood is how somebody's gonna tell me what to do with my body. Um, I know how I'm more in tune with my body. I can't tell a man what he can do with his body. So nobody should be telling me what I do with my body. So I'm on that board. Um,
Okay.
as far as like when we talk about equality, I don't think a true feminist who's not extremist, because you can go extremist into these when you talk about feminism or any political thing, you can go from left to right, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about someone who's level-headed, who's making these decisions as a feminist, um those conversations of extremisms, that's null and void. At the end of the day, when we talk about black movement, Black Lives Matter, why do we talk about Black Lives Matter? Because we're talking about this particular instance at this moment. When we talk about feminism, we're talking about women at that moment, not trying to take anything from males, not at all. It's just, hey,
Mm-hmm.
here's my voice. Um, and here's where I stand with this, and this is how I'm being treated. For me personally, I work in a workforce that's 85% male. Um, have I gotten treated differently sometimes? Yes, yes, yes. It's the nature of the gravity of how large the male population is in there. Do I have to speak up for myself sometimes? Yes, I do. Um, have I seen it on the other end of the stick? Yes, I have seen women treat males horribly. So it's not about this extreme piece that feminism is, taken away from the culture and it's making it bad. I just can't agree with that at all.
Okay. It's just, all right. Just going back to this again, just like, I don't hear the level headedness of which of your response answer when I typically hear people talk about feminism. People, like I said, usually put feminism and LGBTQism together. And then on top of that, when they talk about feminism, it's not like, it's like doing it like this. It's like, oh, they want to get rid of patriarchy. And when I hear stuff like that, I say, when it comes to patriarchy, men have authority and men have responsibility. And when it comes to matriarchy, women have authority, but men have responsibility still. So they still have the responsibility, whether it's a matriarchal society or patriarchal society. And to add on to that, authority without responsibility is tyranny, and responsibility without authority is slavery. So to me, when women or when LGBTQ people talk about feminism, they say they want to have it like this. Or when women, particularly women, want to have the responsibilities of a man, but then have the accountability to the likings of a child, but still maintain a woman privileges.
But don't
So
you
to
think
me,
that
that
sounds
doesn't
kind of degrading? That's kind of degrading. That sounds like one of them
how
extremist views. That does not sound like the true definition of feminism. It's just not.
what Well, I mean, I don't hear a lot of feminism take or people that have your sense of level headedness. I don't think they come out they don't try to combat that. I don't hear a lot of women coming out or no LGBTQ people coming out and saying, you know what they're saying is different from, it's not a sector. It's not like church is divided up into different sectors. Muslims are divided up into different sectors, and they say, "Oh, I'm a Sunni Muslim. I'm not I'm not that type of Muslim over there," or stuff like that. They don't try to divide these things up. Or if men or if people involved with pedophilia, they don't try to separate themselves from the feminists that are level-headed like you. They don't try to say, oh, I'm for the family like a feminist. Oh, I'm pro-family. I don't believe in what this extremist feminist is talking about over here, that all men are dirt or bad and they don't need to exist. We need to be in rulership, because that's how the average woman is talking. And then she's saying that, oh, I'm independent from you. How are you independent? If a woman truly is a feminist, and I'm for equality myself, then and if she think that men are so bad, my point is to her to create her own society, give birth to give birth without men, be able to meditate and be celibate and be able to meditate so you can form a baby out your own womb, instead of rely you if you still relying on men to lay down
But
to have a baby,
that
you can't
that
be that much of a feminist. You
that
get
has
what I'm
nothing
saying?
to do with feminism. That has nothing to do with feminism at all.
I'm telling you, but it's feminist women that go that far, and I don't hear no women or LGBTQ people saying anything about this. They don't say anything about pedophilia. Their only talking
But
points is
that's not
against
the
men.
subject. When we're talking about
But they're
feminism, we're talking about feminism, not pedophilia, not LB, whatever
but
it's called.
but
I'm sorry if I
but they all
butchered it.
together.
It's
They
not
all
all together.
together.
That is not all together. That
That's
is
what
not.
they say. I'm telling you, that's what they say. Go online and study. Be a
But
so be a sociologist for once and study how they live and what they think and what they
I
say
cannot.
online.
I
I'm
cannot
telling
describe
you.
it as they extremists. That's them. I'm talking about feminist, what it is and what it's called. That is two
Hmm.
different things. No, no, sir. I cannot agree with
And
that.
and
And I'm
I
not
I
gonna go
wanna
along with that narrative.
Okay, I'm just saying, you one of the few people that I hear actually try to be level-headed as being a feminist or whatever. But I wanted to ask you this. You said you support Planned Parenthood, even though the woman who was a eugenicist, Margaret Sanger, that had the goal to exterminate black people as a whole, meaning to abort babies. So you are for that, because she was a feminist too.
That I don't know much about her or that subject. But I
Okay,
do know, where do you want to start at Planned Parenthood? Do you want to start with abortions? Do you want to start with birth control? Where do you want to start there? So
that's all a part of black extermination, though. She wanted to exterminate
no,
me and you.
and I hear you,
She
but the
want
statistic shows that 95% of women who have abortions or have birth control, they go on later in their life and still having that child when they're more equipped and more able to do so. So that might have been that person's agenda, but result is that was not, they were not able to achieve that.
Well, to some degree they did, because they was shooting black people up with the Tuskegee experiment. They shot them up with syphilis, and again, they was aborting a lot of black people during that time as a part of
Well,
their experimentation for studies.
and I
So
hear
that goes with the
you,
feminism agenda to
but
exterminate the black family.
like you said, that must have been tradition in that time. Now, here in the moment, it is for a different purpose. You cannot control the masses. If the masses is going to change how proud parent or whatever it's called, parenthood works, mother parenthood, whatever the program is called, then it has changed. People are using that to get their birth control, to have that abortion if something may have happened. um so I support that piece of it. I do not support whatever the past was. What it is now, I do.
Okay. All right, yeah, I just cause I just thought I would bring up the origins of the early origins of feminism as well to, see how far, just to compare it from how it was to from now or from the past up until today. Because as I told you before, in my humble view, I believe feminism was never for black women particularly, because that was always a white woman's organization with Susie B. Anthony. And because when you think about feminism, one of their main talking points, the early origins of it, was that they was not allowed to vote. The white man
Mhm.
allowed the black people. The white man allowed black people before his own mama, sister, auntie, all of them. He trusted black people to vote. He allowed us to vote first before he allowed his own woman to vote. And then that's when women was trying to stick up for themselves during the suffrage movement and all that type of stuff. But then they tried to recruit black women for
Mhm.
their agenda, but that had nothing to, because black men wasn't oppressing black women. So in my humble view, like I mentioned before in the video, it had nothing to do with black women. So to me, white women use their talking points, and I use black women as lapdogs to keep those talking points going and to keep the family divided. And meanwhile, too,
No, look,
when
well,
when
I'm gonna have to
when a
pause
white
there.
woman was using when the white woman was using a feminist movement, she was still going back to her man and still having her family. Meanwhile, the black woman, she kept on screaming out feminism, and she didn't go back to her man, and she allowed the system to create this wedge between him and her in the family. That's my other issue with feminism too.
That's your issue. Okay. So what you're telling me is you perceive black women not being able, wielding, will-mindedness to be able to read through the narrative of the white woman, jump on board with what she was talking about, and she's just an idiot and just left the black man behind. No, that was not what the movement was
A lot
about.
of black women, I'm not saying
No,
every, but I'm
no.
saying a great majority of them, yes. If they're on a
And that's part of the
feminism way,
problem.
they have a Eurocentric mindset. They don't have an Afro-centered mindset, because if they had an Afro-centered mindset, we would have more babies and stuff together. We would have way more families. It wouldn't be so much gender warring and division that's going on. That's why many sisters like
Right.
sister Saraza Ali have to speak up against this in the 80s and the 90s. And all those sisters hated her for speaking up against the man that they left behind, because the system taught them that they was not supposed to be with the black man, and allowed the system to take care of them instead and replace the man. You can go through all Sister Saraza's book, Sister Raza Ali's books, and read those books and look at her speeches and see the type of flack she was getting from black women, because all of them they fell victim to that narrative of being Miss Independent, putting their careers on first before they put the family. That's what the white women wanted, and black women took on the same ideology, which had nothing to do with them. It had nothing to do with black women. That was a white woman's fight. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It had nothing to do with them. They just wanted you there because it's strength in numbers. And oh yes, they needed validation from somebody else aside from their own group.
I disagree. I
Okay, go ahead and tell me why you disagree. Go ahead.
um, the family dynamics of Black people had been destroyed from the beginning. We were stripping from the country that we come from to a foreign country. So this was going to happen in regardless. Now, moving to America, yeah, that Eurocentric type of personality is going to be there. Of course, that's a new country's um, well, not new country, but the lifestyle that we were brought into. Women's movement, yes, it overshadowed the Black movement. However, women's movement was much needed. Still today, we struggle. Like, for instance, women having babies in America, we have the least of them being able to stay home in the workforce. I remember having to go back to work in 6 weeks after my baby was born. While you got people in Germany, they go back a year after they're born now, and now they're fighting for 2 years. So taking care of families, that piece of feminism and the Eurocentric piece, yeah, that was horrible because that's how men thought. So let's take that back to the feminist piece. I saw someone commented about, are women willing to put in equality for said, what did they say? Equal equality for said equal employment. Like, what does that even mean? Are we saying that women can't work to the full potential that men can? So
Well, I'm gonna say that women are they're not taking up the STEM jobs. That's still a predominantly men's game because women are not willing to go through this. I'm not saying all. Don't think I'm saying all. I'm saying the majority according to the numbers that men still dominate in the science, technology, engineering, and math. That's still a predominantly man's thing to do. So I don't see women in droves saying that they want to do that. You know, women tend to go with the sciences and the sciences or the arts or the
well, STEM is science. So there's plenty of women in healthcare. It's just certain things where women
that's a nurturing word. Yeah, that's a nurturing word.
So they are
right.
STEM. So let's get that correct.
But they still not. But it's not an overwhelmingly population. I'm talking about all of it together. STEM is all of it, not just one. You just named off the sciences, which is that. I'm talking about, and all that together combined is still more men in those particular professions than it is women. You get what I'm saying? And I'm saying if women are so adamant about saying that patriarchy is bad or they think they got to compete with men, why don't they just create a Wonder Woman society? They can create a Wonder Woman society and then be like,
and that point,
no, they're being. I'm talking. Listen, I'm talking to the extreme. I'm taking it to extreme for the extremists. I'm for equality too. So if in the sense that if you saying it to me, if you saying you want to be equal to me, then what you have to build your own army. Then stop complaining about you can't pick and choose your friend.
There's been a woman.
You can't. That's true too. That I agree with that. I'm saying this. I'm saying you can't pick and choose when feminism is convenient for you. Like if you say that men are bad, don't call the police. If men are so bad, why are you calling the police? Why don't you solve the problem yourself? If you feel like that you are better than a man, or if you feel like you're more in control of the situation than a man, women still call men for stuff when they need it. If you need your car fixed, why don't you get on YouTube and try to fix it yourself? Instead of saying, because if you claim you can't say men are bad or saying this whole
This is
patriarchy system is bad.
extremism.
But that's my
So what
idea.
are you?
That's me entertaining them. This is me entertaining them. I'm saying if you're taking it that extreme, then you got to take it extreme across the board. You can't just
Like,
say I'm gonna be a feminist one day, but then over on this area, I'm not a feminist. You get what I'm saying? It's either you a feminist or you not.
I don't. You need someone on this podcast that is an extreme feminist.
Well, it ain't
I
about
can't
what I
rock
need.
with
What
that.
I need is listen. I'm not saying that I need. I don't need nobody. It's not about that. It's about having a tough conversation. When you have tough conversations, those make you better. So I embrace tough conversations. So it's not to say that you are like that. I'm not saying you are. I brought this
Right. I
question up to
understand. That's why I'm saying
get your.
that's what I'm saying. You
It
need
ain't
that
about.
woman on the show to talk to her.
Nah, it ain't even about that. It's not about that. I just want to, whether you that woman or not, I still want to get your perspective about it. It don't
And I'm
matter
telling you,
if I
it's extreme. That your view, you're talking about extreme, but I want to hear your views on what you think about. Well, you've said that you think feminism is horrible. You think that it should not be here. And I'm saying, hey, I don't necessarily agree with that because I'm the best
okay,
advocate for me. Right. So, but you're telling us that you
respectfully,
do. You
I
accept the
disagree with it.
right. But you're telling me you disagree with it because you're listening to the extremists and you can't see the
I
truth
don't. It's
behind a
too.
feminist.
Listen, it's too many of them that don't support patriarchy. So when I find one that has a level, if I find many of them that has a level head like you, then that's different. But
So,
you can't.
but
When we typically hear people, whether it be in person or whether it be on the social media, I've heard this from women that they pride themselves on being independent. How you being independent from something when you didn't even build what you got? The
well,
money that you have is not even built by you, it's built by a man. So why don't you form your own currency? I'm just saying, I'm entertaining the
wait,
idea. I'm entertaining the idea of what they talk about because this
so
is what we gotta think about.
wait, so
When we talk about
let's peel this
go ahead.
back. Let's peel this back. So, are you independent?
I just said we all are interdependent beings, meaning that we all are together. Men don't go around saying we're independent. We don't never say that. You don't hear no man saying that independent.
Not
That's
those
women
exact
pride themselves.
words,
That's
but
women that's pride themselves on being independent. You don't hear no man saying that unless he gay.
no, they do it in different ways. They say, "I got my own house," and they
Women say that.
oh
Women
yes they
say
do,
that. Men
yes
don't
they
be
do.
saying that.
I can screenshot
Man,
you about 50,000
do you
profiles,
want to go on
dating
social media
profiles.
who say, do you really want to go that battle? You want to go that
I
route?
can.
It's way more women that pride themselves on being a single mom, saying they pay their own bills, they got a car.
Yeah,
Lady, you are a citizen. You are a citizen. That's what you're supposed to do in
that's what
America.
you're
You're
supposed to do. You were right. I
yeah,
agree with you. But
yeah. So why are we doing that?
men are going around here these days saying that I got a house, I got my own car, and I don't have no wife, I don't have
Women
any
are doing
kids.
that in droves. Women are
Everybody,
doing that in droves, man. Come on,
but
man.
everybody do. I can screenshot you a bunch of profiles that men say this in because at this moment in time, people are having less children and being in less relationships. So they like to state that, yep, and I don't have any kids. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And yes,
Not even close. Not even close.
yeah,
I'm
it's said
sorry.
in different ways. it's just said in different ways. And like I said, it's becoming a more binary type of field. We can sit here and talk about feminism all day we want, but men are speaking up as well and saying, hey, you can't be treating me like such and whatever. I got feelings too. So it's going both ways. It's going to be
That's my
the
point of bringing
future
up this conversation. That's why I brought
binary.
this conversation. Because this is hurtful for women to be. Remember, I gave you that 80K analogy versus the 40K analogy when it comes to the man versus the woman. Remember that analogy I gave you?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying to women out there that are on that extreme feminism wave or whatever you want to label it. That hurts men. That hurts men's pride when you try to say that, oh, I don't need a man that's making less than me, or oh no, I already got my own house if he ain't got no house, or whatever the case. Like they throw all these different things out to try to hurt men. And this is a part of feminism. This is what feminism has taught them, is that they need to, I got my own, because I'm gonna choose your career first before you choose having a family with a man that ain't with you, that ain't compared to you on any level, especially when it comes to like finances. When we talk about finances, women act like that they dominate the finances, and they only make, the average woman makes 40 to 68K maximum per year. It's not like most women are making 100K or more every year by the droves. It's not like that,
And men
especially when
don't
it comes to black.
either.
And that's exactly, so why are we even arguing this? If we forget the statistics and just be like, we go actually work together, especially when it comes to black men and black women, then we will be outranking everybody. But guess what we do, we don't make as much, but we spend the most. When it comes to the hair industry, black women spend about $600 million or $1 billion a year. So
Why?
they the most prettiest but brokest women out there, but they want to
Why?
act like they better than
Why?
men because of feminism.
Why?
They
No,
want to
no,
act like
no.
they, because
No.
of feminism.
No. Okay,
Because of feminism.
now we about to get real. No. It's because of
Go
how.
ahead.
No, it's because we're in this Eurocentric world, and black women and black hair is considered ugly. Okay, we do it in our own culture, we do it in our own race. No, that is because of how we treat each other in our hair, and that is what that is. That has nothing to do with, oh, I'm being broke and spending all my money. No, it's because we can't get these jobs wearing our natural hair how it is. I can tell you from the first time that I wore my natural hair and didn't have it straightened to work. You want to know that conversation? It was like, oh my gosh, you cannot wear your hair like that. It's too big. What do you mean
But
it's too
don't
big?
sacrifice your
No,
integrity for the
no,
job. You have to go on and do something different. If
no,
they
no, no,
don't
no, no, no.
accept
It's not.
you, if they don't
No,
accept you, then you gotta move on. I
no.
didn't have to leave jobs that that they didn't accept me. If you don't
So
accept me, goddamn it, go ahead. I'll take my talents elsewhere.
yeah, you can take your talents elsewhere, but how was black men couldn't even wear dreads without it being considered dirty. So you cannot
I
go
had
there.
dreads too. I know. I experienced what you talking about. So what are you talking
Exactly.
about?
So
I
don't
moved
judge a
on.
woman. Don't judge a woman on how she wants to do her hair, because her hair is highly judged in every aspect of life.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this, and when I judge, I'm not judging hastily. I'm judging with discernment. That's a difference. People judge hastily. That's the people that you need to be mindful of. I am judging this. I'm a judge of a black woman that wears a blonde weave, because to me that means she's trying to look like a white woman. I'm
You
simply
really
gonna
think that
say
when
that.
albinos come from Africa?
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about black women with natural blonde hair. I know that. I know about the history of black women having natural blonde hair. There are some with blue eyes and blonde hair. I'm not talking about those women. I said weave. If you're wearing a blonde weave, that does not belong to you, yes, I'm judging, because you should not be trying to go out your way to look like a white woman. You should be yourself. You should embrace your own beauty. If a woman like you of your caliber is able to embrace her natural hair, why can't you do that? Because you buy into the hype that black is ugly. And when you
Yeah.
take the dog test, when you take the dog test, I'm gonna look at you like you're gonna choose the white dog before you choose the black dog. Do you know that they did a study back in the like in the 50s and the 60s, right? Where the black girls, they when it came to choosing the black dog or the white dog, they typically chose the white dog. Fast forward up into the early 2010s, they
Yep.
did that same study and they got the same results.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's a problem, and that's a
Yes,
problem.
sir.
And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because black women are naturally beautiful. Black men be hyping black women up to where they natural beauty, not the ain't shit niggas. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the noteworthy black men out here that say stop going. It was black men protesting not for them to go inside these wig shops and stuff like that. And black women were still in line trying to go in line to get some hair that wasn't even theirs. So this is all under the ideology of feminism, of how you have to go up to these white
That's not
standards
feminism.
in
That's
order
a
to
totally
be.
different thing. Don't put
The
that in
idea of
feminism.
feminism is Eurocentric. It gets you out of
No,
yourself. I'm
no.
telling you, the idea of feminism is not it's not Afro-centered. It's not meant
It's
to
not
bring forth the
Afro-centered.
black.
It's
Ex,
international.
it,
It's an international problem. You got people in the Middle East, women in the Middle East who have no rights. This is for all women. This is for women. Period and point blank. You keep bringing it on.
so
The European is
so
not.
you're
It's not just because of the Europeans. This happens in every culture, every race across this world. They have issues with women's
but
rights.
I don't hear women from other
I
countries
know you
embracing
don't, because they don't
feminism.
have the same freedom of speech as this country does. They don't.
I understand that, but I'm saying what do you talk when it comes to the women that are actually immersed into the culture that actually embrace? We can't really judge the fact that they want to be feminists and stuff like that because we don't know what things in their country that they embrace. They might embrace that the fact that they like patriarchy and live under the, because what the West typically tries to do in other countries, like what they consider third world countries, they try to make it seem like that everything that's involved in these other countries, like women being treated bad by their men, sometimes that's not even the case. That's sometimes a democratic and republic approach that we try to interfere and try to come in. We try to come in as the saviors and say we're trying to save those women, but in reality, we trying to take their resources. But we'll use feminism as a way to no, hold on. We'll use feminism to say,
I'm not gonna
yeah,
let
this is
you
why we're coming.
use feminism in
Nah,
that way. I cannot.
that's how I'm telling you,
I've
if
been
you
to
look at what
52 countries, sir. 52 countries I've been to.
I
And
understand. Okay, go ahead.
I have roamed this earth, and I have seen inequality, and especially in the Middle East. And yes, some people are accepting to it there. And yes, however, there's women every day fighting for their rights in those countries. Last year, they just got the right to drive. To drive. Get out of here. We have a problem in this world. And if we don't represent ourselves, then who will? And if we're going to make this a bad narrative, I feel like when men don't like women having feminism and can't see between the bull crap that these extremists have, they have an ego problem. You got to be in charge of something.
Ego
Women,
means consciousness, so I have a consciousness problem. I guess
well,
so. I'm aware
yeah.
of what's going on because
But
Feminism
how?
is not going. It's not going to save America. It's going to hinder America because you know why? It's going to keep dividing up the family where it feels
If you
like
keep
women
thinking
have to be more.
feminism is horrible, if you keep
Well,
thinking
it's
feminism is
shown.
bad, yeah.
It's shown that it has been horrible because listen, like I said, it has taken a man outside of the house. It has made men more so to be like women. It's made women also
Feminism
want.
has nothing to do with men being like women. That has nothing to do.
Yes,
That's
it
a whole
does. Women want men to be more like women, and then when it's not convenient for them, they want them to be like men. And then when we can't be men, then they say, "Oh, then you gonna be mad at us for not being like how you." They want to control
no,
masculinity. Feminism. Some
no,
women do believe that is a part of
no.
feminism,
That's not
whether you believe it or
feminism.
not.
I
That's
cannot let you
that's that
drive that
that
narrative
that's
that's
that
feminism. I cannot.
that
You cannot make me
Well,
say
you
that
gotta
that's
well listen. You gotta argue with these new age women then, because they gonna argue against you, and they gonna say you don't know what you're talking about. We need to have leadership all across the board, and I'm telling you that this is what these women are saying. These women all across the board are saying this is what they want. And I'm telling you,
no.
if they want that, they need to start their own everything so that way
So you
men are
being
not in the
extreme.
picture.
You being
I'm
extreme.
being hold on. I'm being extreme. I'm being extreme to combat what they're saying to see how ridiculous they sound. I'm doing it as a way to laugh and be ludicrous and be silly with it. I'm not being
No, I
serious.
can't be silly with a serious subject.
I'm being silly for the simple fact that their idea is extreme. They know good
But
damn and
why?
well that they can't live without men. And I'm trying
Why
to
are
tell you,
you?
you have to argue against the women that are that going to this extreme because this
But
is
why
what
are you
they're saying. This is
entertaining
not what
that?
I'm saying, huh?
Why are you entertaining that narrative? Like you shouldn't be entertaining that narrative. That is my problem with that conversation.
Because it's detrimental and they spreading it across social media. A lot of women are spreading this
So
message
you're
across
telling
social
me
media.
that you think women are all stupid and we're going to listen
Who
to that
said that? Who
narrative.
said
That's
that?
you
Who
keep
said
telling me
that?
they're spreading this narrative. Uh, you don't think women can't see between bullcrap? Like you yourself are spreading
If you
that.
see, have
Go
you
ahead,
seen
finish.
a documentary called "What Is a Woman"? Have you seen that documentary?
No, but have you seen other
You have to
documentaries
watch. You
that
have
are
to
not
watch
that?
that. You have to see. You have to watch that documentary to understand what I'm saying.
I will watch that documentary for you, but I
What
need you to
is a
do your
woman?
homework and figure out the positives to feminism. Like I need you to do your homework as well because you
There
can't
is no
focus
positives
here.
to it.
And see, that's the
There's no
problem.
it's not as positive because it was started. I told you it was started by white women, and it wasn't meant for black women to be a part of it. Black women, this is the thing. Black women want to clutch on a Eurocentric ideology that doesn't belong to them because once they've been in the second place for so long that when we try to tell them that we should go by African or melanated traditions or that's fitting to us and the family, y'all look at us like we're crazy.
No, no, we're talking
I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm trying to
right.
tell you to stay away from the snakes in the grass. Because
And
these
I'm
women are only using you for their movement so they can have more numbers to that movement. They
and
don't
I'm
they not,
telling you,
they're not speaking up against black women when black women are getting attacked in these Asian stores. White women are not sticking up for black women. So I don't know why black women are so quick to stick up for white women and feminist movement, and the
well,
white women don't give a hell, don't give a damn about y'all.
why
They
do
want to
you
fuck your man. They want to fuck your man. They want to be with your men. They want to lump LGBTQism into the movement, and y'all not saying nothing about that. And
dude,
y'all all,
this
I'm
is
telling you, white
extreme.
women are doing this, and
That's
they're white. Go ahead,
That's
go ahead. Go,
extreme. You are being so extreme right now. I don't
but
think
white,
you're
but you're not.
why your comments keep is dominating that Black women don't have a mind of their own. Black women join this movement.
Some of them
because they
don't.
want
Some
to
of them
join this
don't.
movement.
Some of them don't. I'm not saying all. I said some
So
Black
you are
women
part of
don't
the
have mind of
problem.
their own. How am I part of the problem when I'm trying to tell you that that's what they're doing? I'm telling
No,
you
sir.
I'm telling you the people that are your enemies. I'm openly telling you this is what they have done. I
I'm
explain the
sorry.
history. Listen, I explain the history of it from top to bottom, and
No,
then I pushed it all the way up to the front, and you still denying the fact that what I'm saying isn't true when it's historically laid out.
it is not.
Historically, it's been laid out.
You're talking about we're not following this Afrocentric type of thing. You're talking about something in traditional past. Africa is not that way anymore.
I'm not just talking about.
This
I'm
is a
not just
wave
talking
across
about
the
back in the.
world. This is not
You
just
you're missing the whole point.
Eurocentric.
You missing the whole point of what I'm saying. I'm
I'm
telling
not.
you not to follow a Eurocentric way of thinking, and it's going to be detrimental to the family. That why you think we got so many single mothers? Because it's women that want to find their own way.
And so
It's
what do men? Okay, so okay,
they don't want to
I
get
challenge
married
you
no
this.
more. That's feminism.
I challenge you this. So, since men are such these big problem solvers who can solve everything and women need them, tell me how you're going to tackle that issue. Tell me how you're going to stop feminism. Tell me how you're going to get the women back into the
I just
household.
told you. I
How?
just told you.
How?
Going back to embracing Afro-centered traditions, going back to being able to
Going
be a
back.
family again, and not allowing. So that means raising a family together, sticking through it through thin and thin. I already said thick and thin. I already had mentioned earlier, prior to or in the first video that we had in this conversation. I said that I said we need to have marriages that's not through the state. That's what I said. I said if we do our own contracts, right? We make up our own contracts. We don't allow state interference because it's banking on you to be a single
Pause
mom
right there.
or you.
Pause
Hold
right
on, hold on. Let me finish. You asked me a question. Let me finish my answer.
there. Go ahead.
I'm trying to tell you
But
to build a family. Hold on. Okay. So to build a family structure, you have to understand that's the first. Economics is having a family structure. Okay. So the first economy is your family first. So when you go back to just being with the family and stop listening to outside ideologies, meaning that if women at one point they gotta sacrifice choosing their family over their careers, that's what they should do. They should be able to follow suit to what a man is doing as long as it's a family unit. When y'all think about submission, because feminism has taught y'all that submission is slavery. We that don't have we the way we treat y'all ain't how white men treat their women. We don't treat y'all like that. That had nothing to do with us. So bringing back the family structure and being able to work together towards one common goal, and that's being able to have a family, have two incomes together, where we can build a nation and keep building and thriving without state interference. So if we get our contracts notarized, if we get them in front of a party that's non-biased towards the black man or the black woman, but is there to actually make sure that we see through with our plans. That's how we're able to build the family, embrace our own beauty, embrace our own cultures and customs. That's how we're able to bring that family back together instead of going by some ideology that has nothing to do with us.
So, all right, I hear you. But you just told me that black women are followers and they can't make their own mind. So who's making this contract? You? So
Who said all? You make it seem like I'm saying all black women. I didn't say all black women. I said majority.
Majority. Okay, majority. So women are going around here and making these contracts. So you're telling me that women don't know what they're saying or doing, and men need to think for them and being the authoritative person in this relationship. and you're making that contract, that means she is not conscious enough to sign that contract the way that you're opinions how
That ain't got.
jobs really
I'm not
are.
talking about it like
No,
that.
no,
If you take hold on, if you take what I'm saying out of context like that, then
it's not
that's
out of
sad.
context.
I'm saying obviously build a family structure that is going to be equal to each
But
other
what women are saying,
as
listen
far.
to me. What
Go
women
ahead,
are
go ahead.
saying, what women are saying, I grew up in a hometown where a lot of women are a lot smarter than men. Okay, so what we're saying right here, and I'm gonna throw some feminism at you, is that
Mm.
if I'm smarter than my man, and I can go out there and make more money, then guess what? That role that you want me to sit in, if you're the smarter person making that more money as a man, I need my man to fall into that role. That's what I'm telling you. In order to make this an economically work, somebody got to fall into that role. And if you want me as a woman who's making more than my man and love him whatever it is, then somebody's gonna have to fall in that role. It doesn't matter if it's a man, it doesn't matter if it's a woman. Somebody's going to have to do it.
What I'm gonna say is this. I don't. This is how I'm gonna say it. You can't if the whether the let's take money out of it out because this is an African proverb that's saying that says that lacking money does not necessarily mean being poor. So a person can be
Correct.
very resourceful. Yeah, a person can be very resourceful without money. So let's throw money out of the window. I'm
Very
talking
resourceful
about
without
put
money, and that we're saying that's what I'm saying. If
all
somebody's
right.
gonna have to do the role, rather we got the money or not, somebody's gonna have to fall back and do the things in the submissive role. Now, feminism is
So you
being
prefer a
submissive
man to be
role.
submissive or a woman to be submissive? What you think is more natural? A man being submissive or a woman?
I think both. I think both are natural
Where
because
where okay, hold on. All right, let me ask you this then. If you go to the average country, who is more in the submissive role, naturally speaking? Who is the more person? Who's a person naturally, and even in the animal kingdom, who is more submissive naturally across the board?
females. But
Okay,
you,
so why would
okay,
you
go
say
ahead.
both then? Why would you
because
say both?
because
You
it's
know good and
different.
damn
No, you're not
well.
listening. You didn't let me finish. Nope, you didn't let me finish. So
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
submissiveness
go ahead.
submissiveness is recognizing each other's strength and weakness. If I got this and this, if I'm the woman and I am stronger in this area than you, then you need to fall back and let me do what I do. Now, if you the man and you got this subject in the matter, whatever's happening, then guess what? You own that, and I have to be submissive to you. So yes, there two people need to be submissive in different cases. So you can laugh all you want, but that is just how it is. We can't have
I'm
two
talking about as far as leadership. I'm talking about as far
exactly
as leadership.
what.
I'm not talking about oh, in this case,
So
you
what you
because it's
telling
a
me
time
that
for a man. You're explaining femininity and masculinity. I'm talking
mm-mm.
about like
No, I'm
I'm
not.
talking about just having a I'm just talking about a leadership role. I'm just saying in a
So
relationship,
you're
in a
saying a
companionship
woman.
with a man and a woman,
Mhm,
who
mhm.
is more typically more dominant and who's more submissive in a
And,
relationship?
and what I ask you is in what part? What
In the
role?
overall leadership role. In the overall leadership role.
It
Overall.
changes. It's a balance. It changes. That is what I'm telling you. And if
She
it's
ain't gonna let us have it, guys. I'm not see. I
what
already know. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's feminism, man. It won't let you you won't put the pride to the side and say, you know
there's no
what,
pride here.
men
You're the one
typically
with the
men
ego. You're telling me that
I'm
a woman
not
can't have any type of leadership role in a relationship. That's what you're telling me right now. So
if
you
she
have
wants
the
a submissive
ego.
man, okay. If that's
What?
fine.
No,
If
no,
she
no, no,
wants
no.
listen, if she wants a submissive man, then that's fine. I'm saying
What are you
typically
talking
speaking
about?
in a tradition, I'm saying in a traditional marriage, in a traditional union between man and woman, man is
Listen,
typically more so the dominant force. I'm just being real with you. I'm being real with you. If you look at society, whether it be old age or new age, men typically are the are the person that is the leader. It does not negate the fact that the woman is not there. It doesn't negate. It doesn't make them lesser either.
Nah,
Women
baby.
have more.
It's
This is how I'm gonna say this. Women have roles that they can do better than men, and then men have roles that they can do better than women. And typically speaking, that's what I'm talking about. Okay,
But
that's
you're
what
not.
I'm
No, you're
saying.
not.
That's what I've been said that. I've been said that. What you saying? I've been said that. I've been said that. You was not
Dude,
listening to what I was
I
saying.
listened to everything you said.
Nah, you wasn't listening to me. You was not listening to me.
You are going back and you basically saying
Nah,
women don't
you
know
wasn't
what they're
listening to
talking
me.
about. You need to go back and look at your own views.
And most,
and watch
I'm
this
telling you,
video.
in most cases they don't because they're following feminism. Let me tell you this. Let me
Okay.
tell you this because
Okay.
there's sheep. Listen, there are many sheep. There are many sheep to the herd of society. If we didn't have many sheep, listen. If we
The
didn't have
majority,
many
right?
sheep, yes. If we didn't have many sheep to the herd of society, then everybody will be really in. Everybody will be doing their own thing, and they would consider to be the black sheeps. We got Nicki Minaj prototypes. We got Cardi B. We got a bunch of. Think about how many fans of Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Those women are they have the same clone mindset as them.
And
they have the weaves, the sandals. Listen, hold on. They got the weaves, they got the sandals, they got the BBLs, and they want a nigga that makes more than them. And then you got the women that are like Coretta Scott King, which are the rare types of women that actually are poised, actually feminine, and are actually classy. And so there are prototypes, there are created characters for society. Some people have been socially engineered so much that they have no choice but to follow the crowd. And even you said it when you go back to the first video. Some women or some people are not capable or thinking of for themselves. So they only follow.
But you think
you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yes, that's the 85% of people just follow the crowd. The other 10 to 15% are able to think of their own, whether they be men or women. They know how to think by themselves and they know how to think on their own.
All right, okay. That's your views. I'm not gonna try to knock it, but you need to.
Come on.
I would like you to do your research and look at the opposing.
Do my research on what?
And figure out some positivity towards feminism. I really need you to do your research on that because it seems like
listen,
are watching
when I hear
only the negative extremist points of feminism.
I've tried to look for the ones that was actually like. No, I've tried. I looked at Angela Davis. Angela Davis, who was pro-black in the 60s and 70s, wore the big afro and all that good stuff. She initially started with the black movement. Then as she got older, she chose to listen to this. She chose to follow her career path, became a professor, and guess what? She became a feminist and more so pro-LGBTQ. And next thing you know, guess what else? She married a white woman. She don't have her best. So the old the old Angela Davis in the Black Power movement, I support that one versus the one that's now. No, you let the Eurocentric agenda warp your mind. And then you went their route and you didn't get you a black husband. You didn't do that. You didn't decide to do that. And as intelligent as Angela Davis was, she know good and damn well she sold out to the white establishment because of her career. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to black women. And I'm not saying all, I'm saying the majority. They are doing that. I'm trying to tell you. This is what goes on, baby. You think this is easy, baby? You can't do this with me, baby.
I'm sorry. You cannot. You are not finding.
So you're gonna say the eight. So hold on. So listen. You gonna tell me that the 85% are not sheep to the herd. What you want me to do? Say 70%? You want to give you more leniency? You want me to say 70%? 70% of people.
When you give that percentage, you're talking about all women. When you give that,
who said all? Who said all women?
I'm asking you, women.
I never say all women. That's why I gave a percentage.
Oh, so you're saying a percentage of humans are sheep?
Yes, that includes women. Okay. Yes. So, what are you talking about? I said that. You ain't listening.
No. I'm making a point.
Okay, go ahead.
My point is then you could possibly be a sheep too. So I need you to go out there and do your research.
No, I'm not a sheep. Trust me, I'm not a sheep.
85%. I mean, you can fall in there.
I ain't got nothing to do with this. If we having this conversation, how could I? Hold on, don't try to do me like that now. If we're having a conversation about this, you obviously know that I'm not thinking on the average or wavelength. For one, I don't have kids out of wedlock. For two, I work in a profession. I work in a profession too.
I do too.
For three, I'm doing something of service for the community. So I speak about these issues. I work with I've donate clothes and stuff. I'm very charitable. You get what I'm saying? So I have nothing to do with that. I don't have no baby mamas. I'm not out here killing. I'm not hating on another nigga. This ain't got nothing to do with me. This is talking about the people that are actually in the world that don't understand the social engineering that's going on to keep us divided. Well, I'm not trying to divide everybody. If anything, I'm trying to unify.
You are.
How am I trying to? Hold on. I'm dividing everybody by telling people what's going on out here in the real world.
No.
How am I dividing everybody?
With this particular subject, you are, because you have very negative views on it.
Well, feminism, I do. I'm pragmatist. I'm a pragmatist. I'm a pragmatist, though.
Sir, you keep comparing it to the gay community. You keep comparing it to the Eurocentric.
They compare it to the gay community.
No.
They compare it to it.
Look up the definition of feminism. That is not where feminism.
All right, let's look it up. Let's play with it. Let's do it. Let's do it right now. I already gave you the Angela Davis. Angela Davis scenario.
Don't be a sheep. I want you to get your own.
What you mean? What you talking about? I just gave you. Hold on. You want to try to? Hold on. Listen. You try to dog me. I did my research over feet. Listen. I already gave you the historical timeline of feminism. I've already laid that out to you.
Of
yeah, I've given you the suffrage movement that white women started. Black women didn't start that movement. White women started that movement.
But you're giving
eugenics, Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger, who was a pro-eugenics person that wanted to exterminate Black people.
Yep.
Keep going on to today.
So
what do you know historically about feminism? Besides the talking points that I gave you, what do you know about feminism?
We just talked about it as I countered each of those movements that you mentioned. That what you're doing.
But that was feminism, though. Sir, that was feminism.
Sir, what you're doing is pulling narratives that fit you.
But that is feminism. That's still going on. That's still going on.
It's your narrative.
See, listen. See, here it go right here. It says femininity is a set of behaviors, presentations, and roles associated with being a woman or possessing female characteristics. Femininity in queer men, perceptions and discrimination, community and history. This is what some of it is. It's already feminine. It's under LGBTQ.
Yeah, now
it's
get
under
LGBTQ out of there. Now, where did you cite that from? Where did you cite that definition from?
This is LGBTQ right here.
Leave that and just search feminism. The definition of feminism. You're doing this to fit your narrative. Search what's the definition of feminism.
Women. I told you women have expressed.
No.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, women of your peers have expressed this, and you
No.
still going through cognitive dissonance of you want to use cognitive dissonance
Yeah,
when the truth is inconvenient. You want to run back to the reassuring lie. I'm telling you,
Sir.
women of your peers have actually expressed that LGBTQism is with feminism, and you still are not going to listen to what I'm saying. You still going to go with the narrative of a white woman.
I need you to look up the true definition, as you said you were going to, and don't go to an LGBT site and look that up. I need you to look up what is feminism.
I already just gave you the information. You still gonna deny it. You still gonna deny it. You still gonna deny it though. You still gonna deny it. You still gonna deny it. If I give you a website, what good is it? Am I gonna do it? Then we gonna create this filibuster.
Where you're getting this from? You're going to
Google ain't necessarily right.
Narrative.
Go talk to your female peers. Go talk to your female peers and ask them and see if they equate LGBTQism with feminism and see if it's not two sides of the same coin. I bet you 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10 that they're going to still use feminism and LGBTQism as the same thing. Because women are saying this out of their women are saying what part of women saying this out of their own mouths don't you understand?
That's another narrative. That is women in that community speaking of this thing. That is
women are still saying it though, but you're not defending that. You're not defending that.
I am not.
You're saying
what true feminism is. All right, and that.
Well, who's to say your definition is the correct one? Who says your definition is correct though? If these women are going against what you're saying,
feminism.
But I'm saying these women are saying otherwise. So why are you saying if these women saying that their LG, if their way of saying it is the hold on, if they're saying that their way of definition is the way of definition, who's to say that yours is the correct way? And I've already gave you the historical.
Not mine. It is defined as feminism.
Okay, define it then. Define it.
Let's go to an accredited site. Let's look.
Go ahead and define what it is. I'm telling you, it's still the same thing. Whether you get it from another website, whether you get it from a college website, it's going to be the same exact thing. And women, and even women, this is too. Women in professional studies are equating feminism with LGBTQism and gender studies. You know, if you are a doctorate, if you have a doctorate and you are the woman studies, you got feminism, LGBTQ, and gender role studies and gender studies. You got that. That's what you're studying. I'm not making this up. If women are professionals that have doctorates are saying this, how can you deny what I'm saying? This is what I'm only repeating what they saying. These are women that are in the professional. I don't got no PhD. These women got PhDs. These the women that studying under gender roles, femininity or feminism and LGBTQ all under one umbrella. That's all across the board. That's all the same thing. Come on. Now tell me I'm wrong. And go tell that to a PhD professional then. Go tell that to her that she's wrong then for saying that they're all the same thing. Because that's what they're saying. They're saying all of it is the same. And if you haven't watched the movie or the documentary called What is a Woman, you don't understand what I'm talking about. And if you haven't been studying these women online like a sociologist would, you don't understand what I'm talking about. It ain't that I'm trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm only telling you what's coming out of the horse's mouth. I'm telling you what these women have been saying. I'm not just purposely trying to villainize a woman. I know the women that are actually of good content and good character. I'm talking about the women that actually go play a part in this agenda of trying to keep the family apart because they have an ego problem and they followed the feminism way to keep the man away from them so they can go into rulership. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the family structure should be one unit. My argument is that we should have a family. My argument is not for division. My points is me laying out what they were saying about men or what they think about relationships and what type of ideology and mentality they have towards men. That's my point. They're not arguing, okay, I need to get minimum wage up. I need to get more money, as much money as men and stuff like that. They're just arguing against men across the board. They don't want men to be empowered no more. They want to become empowered now. They want to do without the man. Nowadays, if you ask a woman who's more important as far as the family, they're gonna say just them and the child. They're not even gonna say anything about the man. They're not gonna even say nothing about the man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what feminism is. Feminism makes you think that you don't need a man. That's what they're saying. That's what from the OnlyFans girls all the way up to the PhD women. That's what they're saying. From the OnlyFans girls all the way up to PhD women. They are saying that they don't need a goddamn man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Come on, baby. You thought it was easy debating me? Come on, man. Come on, man. Ain't nobody making this up. I'm like, brother, polite in this thing. Come on, man. All right, but go ahead. If you wanna say something, go ahead and say something. I just wanted to lay that out. Feminism is a part of that, though. It is a part. I like to talk shit too, but I'm just playing. But look it up. Look it up right now. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. You're gonna see it. All right, it says you said she got off, y'all. I don't know what happened. She said you said they said I don't have a wife. These dating profiles are just posts. So my old comment is on the screen. Ignore that. The context to the question is from a while ago. Great discussion. All right, I appreciate y'all that's tuning in. Yeah, because we going at it a little hard. I didn't expect, that last question to go the way it did, but we're gonna see what she's doing. She might have clicked off by accident. Let me see what she's doing. Hold on. Yeah, she's coming back in here. Hold on. And even now, I'm looking at the feminism thing. It's got the LGBTQ emblem on here. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead. What's up?
Yeah.
Yep, mic check. You here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just totally disagree with you. You are filling into these subjects that fit your narrative about feminism, and
It's not my narrative. It's not my narrative, ma'am.
I really challenge you to go out there, broaden your horizons, and listen to feminists.
I'm still waiting on your definition.
Oh, I guess we
I'm
cut
still
out.
waiting.
I guess we cut out. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I go to it, it cuts out my mic when I look at a definition of something. But it does not.
Yeah.
The definition does not have anything about the LGBTQ community. Like, it doesn't have anything about that. So I don't know why you keep trying to mesh that together. Like,
they are meshing it together.
No,
I'm telling you from the low. Listen, from the low class woman all the way to the professional women that study in the studies of female studies.
You're confused. They are making that hey, me too in the LGBT community. There is me too.
They are doing that.
Feminist rights, me too. But feminism is not that. That's what I'm telling you. Feminism is
Well, I'm
not
gonna say,
that.
I'm gonna ask you this: how do we know as men which feminism is the right one? Since y'all want to divide them up into sects, because to me, it's all just one thing under one umbrella. And what do you think about the second wave and third wave of feminism? Because Callie West says second and third wave of feminism is cancer to society. Is a cancer to society.
I would have to get smart on that. I don't know what he means by second and third wave of feminism.
So the second wave of feminism took place in the 1960s and the 1970s when they focused on issues with the equality and discrimination. And then the third wave is actually today, where we're talking about LGBTQism and all that stuff. And it also focused on tackling problems that exist, include sexual harassment, which I disagree with. I understand that. And then the shortage of women in positions of power. Now, if y'all that too, I understand that. If you want to be in position of power, then that's fine too. But also, like I said, with LGBT, that includes LGBTQism too.
So that's the third wave we're talking about here.
Yes, that's today. That's today's wave. Yes. So what you say to that? Second, third, and first wave. It's the first wave of feminism, second one, and the third one.
We already discussed my views on second wave. I don't feel like it was just a Eurocentric thing. I feel like women do need to speak up for their rights. So yeah, I do. If this third wave, I need to get more smart on that. I don't know exactly what that is.
I just told you.
Like I said, I need to look it up for myself and see what that is. I don't speak on subjects that I don't know clearly about. So I can discuss that at a later point, but I would need to figure out exactly what that is, this third wave of feminism.
So you accepted what I said for the second wave, but you don't accept what I said with the third.
I accept. What do you mean I accept?
I'm saying when I told you the second wave of feminism, you didn't mind taking that definition, but when I told you the third wave of feminism, you didn't say anything.
I do not know anything about that.
So why you take the second one but not the third one?
Because I know that history. Why would I speak on something that I don't know about?
Okay, so then this is what De'Arion said. We found the issue here. Niecy isn't aware that feminism has transitioned from her understanding. Feminism now disagree with Niecy as she exudes LGBTQ. See, that's what he says in this comment section.
Yeah, I my views on that is, if you are a woman, I cannot, at this moment, I cannot identify because I am not gay. I am not lesbian. I am not bi. As a woman.
So you believe in a family? Do you believe in family? Yes or no?
Do I believe in family?
Yes, having a family and marriage and stuff.
If you would like that in your life, remember I said life is what you perceive it to be. If that's what you want, then that's what you want.
I'm just asking. Hold on. I'm just asking you. Do you believe family? In fact, do you think that the world thrives off family, or people should just do or people should just do their own thing? Which is more greater, family or just being single?
It depends on life. I mean, I can't answer that for you or anyone else. For myself, I do have a family, and like I said, I am a single mother, and my children are doing fine.
Okay, so let's do this. Intersectional feminism, because this is the fourth wave of feminism, which is kind of the third wave and the fourth wave are kind of a mesh. So when we look at intersectional feminism takes into account that many different ways each woman experiences discrimination. White feminism is a term that is used to describe a type of feminism that overshadows the struggles of women of color, LGBTQ women, and women of other minority group faces. So that's intersectional feminism, where all of them are together Okay, when you put them all together, and that's what I'm trying to say. When we look at the first wave and the second wave of feminism, that had nothing to do, and even the third wave of feminism, that had nothing to do really with black women. That's my argument against feminism. It had nothing to do with that because black women or black men, we're not in the top percentile to be saying that we make more money than y'all or we're discriminating y'all against y'all. Hell, black men would have been with our black women since slavery and through the times we were kings and queens. So we don't have no problem with black women. Society makes it appear that black men and black women have to be enemies against each other because of the wave of feminism. Feminism has paved the wave where now it's the new black. It's the new black now. So black issues are now on the back burner because LGBTQism and feminism have become the new wave to struggle on. That's the new struggle now versus the black agenda. Like racism doesn't exist no more.
No,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
that. I don't think. I don't.
But that's what. Hold on. That's what people are saying in LGBTQ and feminism. They are saying they think that women issues and gay issues replace black issues now. If you listen to some of how they speak and how they act and how.
Well, there is a high.
Why do you hold on? Why do you think
black people that are gay? There is a high in a lot of black communities like Atlanta,
right,
different places. Okay,
because of feminism.
No, not because of feminism. Because girls are being masculine and men are being feminine, and vice versa, whatever they want to be. So it's not because of feminism. Let's get that straight.
I'm trying to tell you that Dr. Umar Johnson, who I had I had the pleasure to interview. I've looked at some of his videos. He has told you and explained to you in our community, a lot of people fall up under the feminism or LGBTQism because of sexual exploitation that took place in the community with the uncles and stuff like that. So there are some shit niggas that are in our community that do that. Whether that be the mom that was doing the touching, the uncle, the auntie, or whoever it was, that caused them to be distrustful of their own types of people, that makes them hate themselves, that cause them to have all sorts of these mental issues. So they turn to feminism and LGBTQism because of that sexual exploitation. And then not only on top of that, they start doing it to other people because that's all they know. This is the narrative I'm trying to tell you.
I see more lesbian gay females than males.
Then more than likely they was touched. Then they was probably touched when they was kids.
By males.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's not feminism. Don't blame that on feminism. Like, that's wild to me. How can you blame that on feminism?
All right, you don't get what I'm saying. I don't think you get it.
I don't get.
So listen, feminism and LGBTQ is. Do you know people that are LGBTQ? Right.
I do.
They do a lot of pedo and sexual. They do these six sexual things with little kids. I brought up earlier, and if you
all of them.
I'm not saying all. I'm saying a lot of them. You got people from your own family members to people that do these psychological studies, like I've just named off to you. The two American psychologists that were in What is a Woman? They conducted these studies for experimental and research purposes, only to commit sick acts amongst the kids and other adults and stuff like that. That is a part of feminism. His name was Dr. John Money. That's one dude, and then the other dude, his name was what was that? Where my motherfucking book at? hold on. His name was Dr. Alfred Kinsey. Them the two dudes back in this like in the 60s or 70s or some shit. They was conducting these studies. These niggas was a part of LGBTQ, aka feminism, all that shit. That's all a part of the same umbrella.
You lose me at those under the same umbrella. Like you lose
They
me
are
at
the
that.
feminism is under the same umbrella
you're
as
calling
LGBTQ is.
So all women, you tell all women
He
fall
said,
under this
whereas
come on now, feminism. No, we can't hear you.
I never said all women.
No. You're grouping these together. Feminism and this LGBT community. Like you're grouping this together. Like that's the part I don't understand.
Did you hear when we talked about the first wave, the second wave, the third wave, and the fourth wave?
Those are waves. These are people in this community.
The people are in the
speaking
wave.
up about their feminist rights. Not
the people are in the waves that make up the movement. The people are in the waves to make up those movements. That's
totally different. That's different.
These are schools of thought. These are schools of thought. The dude, Dr. Alfred, is a school of thought that they still take on.
I hear you, but the original definition of feminist is not that. It is describing feminists within that category of those people, and they're trying to identify and make their own voice about it. That is two different things.
I'm asking you, how do you distinguish whose definition is right or wrong then? Because it's more people that outnumber you and outnumber what you say, because they gonna say that feminism and LGBTQ is the same. How you gonna argue with a PhD? Hold on,
I'm not arguing. I'm telling you that is wild to me. Like that is wild.
She's been studying for 5, 10, 15 years.
I'm not talking about her. I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is that's destroying the feminist actual true meaning that it originally meant. That's destroying.
Well, would you agree that it's tampered and tainted now? Should y'all still be using that?
I can't help that those people in that category is using it in that way. That's not the lane that I fall in when it comes to feminist. That is not, because I can't. I love all people. I don't care what you do behind the closed doors, whatever, in the community, whatever you want to do with your life, that's what you do with your life. But my role as a feminist is to have advocacy of political, economic, employment. I can't speak for the LGBTQ community. I don't fall in that lane. That is a new beast. Because if you fall in that community, it's going in so many different ways. Like originally, if you're gay, then what? Human life ceased to exist because you can no longer make humans at that point, right?
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
So that's why I stand with that.
All right. Now we can meet each other somewhere. Okay.
However,
go ahead, keep going. But that part I'm gonna say I co-sign. I'm snapping on that.
However, the views that I have noticed and I have been experiencing, like I said, we're becoming a binary culture.
Right.
And I think what you're trying to say is that feminism is causing that binary culture. Um,
I, yeah,
However, me as a female, I could see how masculinity could also drive that, because to me, if a if a female is being masculine, then that's not feminist. That's not feminist. You can't be a masculine and be feminist at the same time.
but hold on.
So
All right, okay,
I know
I'll let you keep going. Keep going. I'll say it later.
so when we look at this LG as it get bigger, LGQ, I can't even
Yeah,
pronounce it
they just
all.
call them alphabet boys,
I'm not
boys
gonna
and
be
girls.
rude, because I do care about everyone.
Uh,
Um, that it's morphing into different things. Like I know a couple, both female, who identify as still female. Um, they are now going to have a baby. They took the DNA from a family member of one side to make it to have that baby. So
you agree with that?
do I agree with you? Do whatever you want in your life.
But
I have nothing. That's not my role in the feminist.
but let me
in
ask,
being
I'm
a feminist.
saying, do you think more lesbian and gay people should adopt children? Yes or no? Do you think that's
I
right
think they
for
should be able to.
children to
I
see
think
two same-sex parents together?
I think that they can do whatever they want. To be
You trying to
honest.
stay neutral.
No, no, no,
I
no,
can't
no. Not stay
listen, you trying to
neutral.
stay
Listen.
neutral.
I'm not trying to stay neutral. I'm saying what I think. If that's what they want to do, your life is whatever you want it to be. But therefore, you cease to exist after that potentially. But they have become new ways where you're able to exist after that. So this is something
Do
that
you agree with that? Yes or no? I'm not trying to tell you to judge them. I'm not trying to tell you to judge them. Damn, she clicked out. My problem with this is maybe she did it by accident. It keeps happening. My issue with that is that a man or a boy or a girl that looks and see that they have two mothers and two dads, they're gonna grow up buying into that being normal. Okay. And in my humble view, that is not normal. A normal family is a man and a woman equals a baby. Okay. That's just biology. That's science. I'm not mad at other people for being in the same type of relate. If they want to be in the same sex relationship, they should be. But in my humble view, I think raising the kids, that should be something that a man and a woman should do on their own merit, because they're able to produce a child. So they should be able to raise the children, not two dads or two moms. I don't believe in that, because that causes a lot of confusion for that child when they get older. They think that they have to do that, and then more families are going to be divided, and there's not going to be natural families anymore. It's just going to be families where they're following suit of having two dads or having two moms. I don't believe in that. I believe that a child deserves the opposite sex parents, like a normal family should have. Keep it old school, keep it traditional, where they raise that child in a respectful home. That's my humble view. And I'm not, like I said, I don't have nothing against nobody that wants to date who they want to date. But at the same time, that's how I should be raised. That's how a child should be raised in my eyes. So let me see if she getting back on here. She cut off. She cut off by accident. So let me see what she's doing. But thanks, De'Arion, for throwing in them terms, because that kind of helped us a little bit, because I needed to go into depth a little bit more to get her to understand what I was saying. And like I said, I want to make a disclaimer. I don't got no smoke for no LGBTQ or no feminism. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no smoke for them. The only thing that I have an issue with is them trying to push their agenda on us and trying to divide the family up and trying to leave the man out the household. That's the only problem I have. Other than that, y'all can do what the hell y'all want to do. And y'all pushing y'all agenda on the kids. I don't have nothing else against y'all beside from those things. So hold on, let me see what she doing. Hold on. See if she about to get on with this. Hold on. Let me see. We been on here for a couple hours. I didn't anticipate that hold on. I'm about to ask her right now what happened. See what happened. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I don't know. Maybe her phone died or whatever. I'm not sure what happened. If she decides to get back on, that's fine. If she doesn't, that's okay too. But I want to just say this, man. It was great to have this discussion today. I'm glad that y'all were able to tune in. We did go back and forth a little bit. Respectfully speaking, I have no hard feelings towards nobody. I love talking about these subjects because, again, these subjects are very needed for during this time because we are having a lot of division when it comes to like men and women. The goal of mine is to bring us together in many cases, whether it be family, economic, spiritually speaking, physically speaking, on all levels. We should be coming together at this point in time because there's a lot of ill things that are going on against us in this world. The odds are stacked against us. We are very ostracized as a people. So it's time for us to unite as one and take down that beast of a system. You get what I'm saying? And become that family unit and to get back to our roots. And having said that, I'm going to give Niecy, bro, this is interest. Keep doing them if you can. Of course, yeah. Thank you so much, Deariana. I am going to keep doing these type of discussions. I'm going to make another video pretty soon. I'm trying to see if she's going to come back on. If she does decide to come back on, I'm going to give her like 10 more minutes, 5 to 10 more minutes and see what happens. Her phone may have died. You know what I'm saying? I don't know I know she went out a few times on live, but it's all good. We ain't sweating it or tripping. You know what I'm saying? Things happen, you know. But like I said, man, the goal of this is to unite us all, whether we agree or disagree. It's not about ego and pride and stuff like that. It's about us just trying to get together to solve the issue. I definitely appreciate everybody that did come on, that came on today in the comment section, that were able to watch and like and share this and subscribe to the channel. My subscriptions have went up ever since my last live, so I'm thankful for that. Our goal is to get to 500 so I can become monetized. That's the goal. So yeah, that's the goal right there, is to become monetized. So I need all of y'all to support me as much as possible, and to make sure we continue to have more friendly dialogues, as well as bring forth some noteworthy conversations about other subjects. So I will be bringing more flavor in your ear, like Craig Mack. I will be bringing more topics up, so we can have these discussions. Neicy J was definitely a good person to talk to about this, because I definitely wanted to see where her mind is. She's a very passionate woman and stuff like that. She's very cool. She's something else. I love her energy though. You know, it's all good. I had the brother polite her though. I had to do like how brother polite came through and all. I had to do her like brother polite. You know what I'm saying? She thought it was gonna be easy, you know, debating your brother, but now I have to do her like brother polite. But having said, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. But anyways, nah, we good. We real good though. We're good. Um, but yeah, we gonna give her a little bit more time. I think she might have clicked off because her phone or something died. That may have been the reason. But regardless, I appreciate everybody again for tuning in. If you want to hit the Cash App, it's $ADD1989. If you want to follow me on other social medias and other platforms, go on to my business card. The link is going to be in the description, and you can follow me on other platforms. This is also going to be on Spotify. Obviously, it's just going to be the audio. It's not going to be nothing else. So just make sure that you check that out. I'm on Spotify. Also, I interviewed the late great Tupac. So go check that interview out as well. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, y'all. She gonna get back on here. Her phone have to update or some shit. You know what I'm saying? She getting back on here. She about to get on this thing. We ain't anticipate it being a couple hours, but you know, we got caught up in the moment, and that energy just start, you know, coming together like we about to do some Tai Chi in this mother sucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm crazy, y'all. I know. I know I'm a silly person, but anyways, it was fun talking to this young lady. She's a cool girl. She's a cool woman. She's a cool woman. She gonna get back on here, say her last piece, and we gonna get on out of here. Cause we did go on for 2 hours, and it was a noteworthy conversation. And if y'all haven't, while she's working with that, go on to my other video, What is a Woman? And you can find people talking about that. I had people call in on that. That was a good subject too. We had talked about what is a woman. That was a noteworthy subject. I got another video about Obatala. Go check that out. I got another video called The Wisdom of the Eagle. I also have a second YouTube channel too. It's called Adrian X Fitness and Meditation. Make sure you go subscribe to that one. I only have 151 subscribers. I want to get up to 500 on that channel. I know I got a little bit more ways to go on that channel before it becomes monetized or whatever. But damn, hold on. She's still, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Oh, she back on. Hold on. She back on. She about to get back on. Yo, we happy to have you back.
Hey, sorry about that. I guess Apple was giving me some trouble here.
Nah, you cool. You good. We know some shit happens, but go ahead. What you want to say, my partner in crime?
Well, I guess ultimately what I'm trying to say is that yes, I was not aware of this third, fourth wave of what is said to be feminist. And I cannot gather views on that as of yet. I would have to do my research. But I still stand on feminism is not that.
Okay, no, okay, I got you. I respect it.
That is not my role as a feminist to intertwine those two together as such. When we're speaking as a female, now we can get it all to when people think they are females, and they feel like they're females, but you either male or male, in my opinion. And I love that community, don't get me wrong, but that's still where I stand. And that's why I feel so passionate, I guess, about my view in that way.
Well, check out, if you can, whenever you get time, it's like a 2-hour video. I had people call in on that because I told you I did a documentary review over the guy that made it. His name was Matt Walsh, and he was going around asking people what is a woman, and you'll see whether it be just a woman on the street or if it's a professional woman. See, I'm not just making things out, or pulling rabbits out my hat. These are women in the documentary, and he even went to the women or the feminist movement that stuff is equated with LGBTQism. And I'm not trying to be, I know you say you think differently. I know you say you
Yeah.
think differently,
If you're a
but
woman,
this is
you're a
the
woman. If you're a man, you're a man.
exactly. That's it. XX and XY. XX and XY. According to the DNA chromosomes, I completely agree with you. But I'm telling you, this man was going around, he was being a sociologist and going around interviewing women of all walks and just asking them a simple question: what is a woman? And you'll hear these different multifaceted answers. You gonna hear it, and then feminism and LGBT. You'll see the crossover between, or the connection between feminism and LGBTQism. And that's what I was trying to tell you. So check out my video, respectfully speaking, called "What is a Woman," and hear from women themselves explain what a woman is. But we didn't really, I kind of touched on feminism a little bit in the I had no choice really, because you really crossed those lines. But I touched on feminism in that video too. But yeah, it's an interesting, look and discussion as well that I went over with the audience. And it's something to be looked at. And also just check out the documentary itself. And I played some clips from the documentary too. So I think you'll like it.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this is the okay. Before we exit, I was asking you, do you? Because I already made my statement about how I think a family should just be a man and a woman, and they raise it respectfully. A child be raised by a man and a woman. I'm asking you.
Mhm.
I know you think that people can do what they want, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, if you give me your humble view,
Mhm.
would you prefer a child to be under a two of the same sex? If you have to choose, if you were God and you said, let's put you in the position of God. I'm not saying you're God. We're just doing hypothetical, okay? You're in the position of God. You're in God's seat. If
Mhm.
you have the opposite sex to raise two of the opposite sex raise a child, or you putting two people of the same sex, whether it be man or woman, to go over to be raised under them, which one are you choosing?
Oh, I'm God.
Yeah, you got it, baby. You got it.
Dang, that.
That's easy for me. I already said what I've said. What you say?
Well, if I'm God, I can do whatever I want. So it really wouldn't matter. What? What?
But you have to choose one. You have to choose
I
one. That's
don't,
an
because I'm
easy cop
God.
out answer. That's a cop out answer. You gotta choose
It's not
one.
cop out
Which
because
one?
I just can't, because even though currently what we are today, man and woman, I have actually seen partnerships of the same sex take better care of their children than the opposite sex in a relationship. I really have. Um, with that, that being said, that's sometimes that's the one thing in that is beautiful in that community. I know you're not gonna like what I say, but I'm gonna keep it honest. I've
No, I
seen
respect it. I
I've
respect it.
seen two males, and when they get a adopt a child, baby, when I tell you, they make sure that child has everything they need. And you're gonna say, well, they don't have what they need. They don't have the love of a mother and a father. Man, they really, really, really take care of those children. And that's so beautiful to me, especially a adopted child, who's getting no love from nobody anywhere. So I'd rather for that child to be in a home where I know they're going to get love and protection than in these streets, out in these foster homes and in adoption care. Um, That's my
Okay.
view on that because what
So
from what
you
I've
sound like you're
seen.
leaning more towards the same sex one.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no.
that's
Don't get
fine.
me
That's
wrong.
fine.
No, I said
That's fine. That is
whoever would love
completely
that child.
fine. I just didn't expect that, ladies and gents. But this is the contemporary
Uh,
mind of a modern, a contemporary
and it's not
mind of
just
a
the
woman.
contemporary mind. This is my experience in seeing this happen throughout my life with same sex communities and taking care of children.
I
And
got you.
they really do. I give them that credit. Um
Okay.
and
Yeah.
ideally, yeah, you want a male, female to give that love. But I've seen it go wrong both ways or right.
But I feel, just respectfully speaking, I'm slightly getting the vibes of you taking a detour of having the same sex, and that's completely fine.
No, no,
I just respect. I just,
you know, I
I
said
just
I've seen it both
respectfully dis.
ways that it works. I
I got
can't
you.
deny that.
But you don't think the child is going to be raised
Nope,
confused?
I do not.
Oh, okay. All
I do
right.
not because I've seen them grow
Well,
up and I've seen them be straight. I have not seen any
okay.
of those children in those situations that came out bi or gay. I have not
Okay.
seen that.
All right.
And I know about maybe 10 to 16 same sex people that their children that they adopted are heterosexuals.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you got a little bit of sociology work under your belt, so you see because you know a great deal of LGBTQ members.
I
So
do. I
I
grew up in
okay,
Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
I feel you, but I'm just very old school and no, like I said, no offense to the people that are part of that LGBTQ. I just think it's not normal. But like I said, for me personally, our ideal family, it ain't no questions without no me thinking about it. I'm always gonna think that a man and a woman deserves the child because they therefore produce the child, and the X and the X and the X, the two X's over here and the two X's over there can't produce. We know biologically speaking, and the XY plus the XY, they can't produce biologically speaking. But like I said, they cancel each other out actually, if you look at it from a logical mathematical standpoint. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? But yeah, respectfully, I just disagree with that. But
I didn't
everybody's
agree nor
entitled.
agree.
No, no, no. I'm just saying. I'm saying. I said I respectfully disagree with you.
I I
Oh,
didn't
are you
agree
saying?
nor to disagree.
But
Um,
but you but it does listen. But it does sound like you said that you're saying that out of the LGBTQ people that you know,
yeah.
that you would prefer them to be raising children over
No, I
the
did
straight
not.
people.
I said
That's
that
what it sounds like to me.
no, no,
But
no. I said
and that's
that
okay. That's
I said
okay.
that no. I said that I have seen them raise children and it was great. Sometimes better than I've seen some families take care of their own children. And I
And
rather if
again,
they're going to
that's
be adopted children out here, then I'd rather for them to get love somewhere than out in these streets. And a
so
person, and normally like from my experience, um, some of the same sex marriages that have adopted these children had very traumatic childhoods where someone molested them, raped them, or whatever the case may
like
be.
what
And
Doctor,
they would
yeah, like Doctor
never do
Umar
that
said.
to right. And they would never do that to that child. And they protect that and they keep that child very safe. So I cannot. I'm not saying that, hey, men and women shouldn't have children. No, absolutely not. I'm saying that same-sex marriages are very capable of creating outstanding human beings.
But okay, let me ask. Okay, so I'm gonna make you choose one since you trying to be neutral. I'm gonna make you choose
I'm
one.
not
This is
trying
the
to be
question.
neutral. I'm stating
Hold on.
facts.
I get you, but I gotta make you choose one. I'm saying I get in your experience that you
Adopted children out here.
okay, I get in your experience that you know in some cases, for instances, that you've seen that LGBTQ people are better parents than straight parents. Now let's say this. Now let's because this is gonna make you choose one. I'm boxing you in now. I'm about to box you in like Shaq.
You
Like Shaq.
can't box me in. I don't have a boxed in
Hold on, I'm
mindset.
about to listen. If they both have let's say they both are, let's say that the LGBTQ people are some nice people. Let's throw in the fact that they nice and they got everything straight and stuff like that. Let's say they still equal, like the people that are not the straight, the heterosexual family has all the accolades and they're on the same playing field as far as what you think. Which family are you going to choose more? Which typically by default, which family are you going to choose? Not considering anything else, that they're on a same level playing field of being a nice individual.
And I'm God.
Yes.
I would go with the
Who are you
best.
choosing by default?
They are going with the best family that fits them.
They're equal. They're equal. They're equally nice people. So I'm saying if you know
It doesn't
they heart is
matter.
good on either side, which family are you gonna choose?
It doesn't matter. Is it biologically theirs or is this an adopted child? Tell me.
It doesn't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter at this point. You
You
just
can't make a
know.
biological child if you same sex. So the biological child would go with that family. But if I'm God, then I can make whatever happens. If it's an adopted,
Let's
then
okay, yeah, let's say it's adopted or orphanage then, since you want to say that. Since okay,
and are we in this world or am I God?
yeah, just come on, I'll use the God part as you being fancy, to put you in a fancy hot seat. Let's just
It's
be
fancy hot
real.
sheet. I do what I want if I'm God. You tell me I can do what I want.
Okay, just choose which family you would choose. If it doesn't matter if the parent was biologically produced it or not. I'm saying which household is ideal. Which household is ideal?
It wouldn't matter. I'm God.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the mind of the contemporary woman. I'm telling you, they don't. Why can't you just say that the man and the woman deserve the child? Why can't you just say that?
Because you said I'm God. I do what I want. And if that is fitting, then
All
that is
right, take the
fitting.
God out of it then. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. Now you Nancy, since you want to play this game. Now you just Neicy J. Now you down to a human being. Listen. You're down to you being on your deathbed. Which one are you choosing? Are you choosing the heterosexual family, or are you choosing the homosexual family to raise that child?
And they're equal across the field.
Yes.
I'm gonna choose the heterosexual family.
Thank you. But listen, all right,
See,
let
you
me
try
say
to make
this.
things fit your narrative, though.
Hold on, but listen though. Let me tell you this. Do y'all see how I had to organize I had to ask you this like 10 times
Yeah,
before
you
you
told me I was
actually
God.
Before, listen, I had to put her on a pedestal, then bring her back down. Then I have to flip the question all sorts of ways to you to be like, so it takes you that much interest invested interest to say, okay, well now I'm gonna just bring it over to the heterosexual child? Why couldn't you just say by default, if I asked you the first time whether you was
Because I'm God.
whether you was God or Neicy J or anything, whether you was that, why couldn't you just say the child belongs by default to the man and the woman of the household? Why couldn't you just say that?
Because I'm God. I told you that. What don't you understand about that? If I'm God, I can do whatever I want.
She loves saying this, huh? She love, yeah, exactly.
I
I
guess
threw
you
I
don't
threw
get
that in
it.
there purposefully for it to see how you be like, how would you see, but how would you act with that? But nah, that's cool. Okay, I just wanted to get your idea of that and see where your head lied and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah,
if I'm God, I can do what I want, sir. You can't make me fit this narrative because then I create the story to that.
I got you. All right, I'm just saying whether I'm God, Adrian, or human, a lizard, I'm walking towards the fact that a man and a woman and child. That's the remember we originally talked about the Holy Trinity is the man, woman, and child. That's what I see, as ideal because that's how we're able to have animal kingdoms and human kingdoms or whatever or human existence.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that other people are not capable of doing it or people that are of the same sex, but to me it just doesn't look right on a symbology level. On a symbology level, that doesn't even look right to me. It doesn't look right. Symbology.
Okay.
Now hold on, listen to this. Let's take it to this too. Let's just play with the idea of politics. Imagine in the White House, you see a family of two of the same sex versus, even though I don't fuck with presidents, Obama's family being in the household, a black man, a black woman, child, and dogs. That's ideal. That's what we want to see. The Cosbys. We want to see the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type fan. Those families. That's what I see. You know what I'm saying? It don't even take me a second or fraction. It don't take me 10 minutes to think about it. That's just what I'm going to as a man because it's too much of with the music and with the, like I said, what is the woman documentary, just the mass media as a whole has this idea where sexual ambiguity is, or being binary or having these opposite agendas of what we are accustomed to having is a wrong thing. Like everything that we used to do back in the day is outdated. Some things, if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it. You keep it the way it is. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
No. We are
What?
human, and human is evolution, and not talking about in this aspect. But at this point, how will we conquer that? Because the masses are way bigger than keeping your traditional ways. So how do you tackle this situation that's arising for this binary type of lifestyle? Well, what do you think? How do you change that? How do you change that big beast? You can't.
I know I can when I have children and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
you can.
I'm gonna be the change that I want to see in the next generation. And I say lead by example because and have these type of discussions, and also just saying that just because it's trendy and it's a fad don't mean
It's
you
not
have to follow
trendy.
it.
This is happening, sir.
It,
This is happening.
but hold on. LGBTQ is also a fad and it's trendy. Even though it is
It's
happening, it's a
not.
trend too. It's a trend because I'm gonna
It's
tell you
not,
what I
sir.
said.
It's a
I'm gonna
lifestyle.
tell,
This is what's coming, sir.
I'm gonna tell you why. If you let me explain, I'm trying to tell you why it's a trend too. It's a lifestyle, but it's also a trend. But the reason why it's trendy because now, if you look at a man, he thinks he has to integrate in society by paint, even if he is supposed to be straight or whatever, he will paint his nails. That's what I'm trying to say. He's taking on these agenda that what society is supposed to, even though he know he's a man and he know women paint their nails, he will go to lengths to paint his nails so he can fit and conform into what society is telling. So that in that regard, it is trendy. It is trendy to try to be in that.
It is not trending. Men are speaking up. Just because they paint their nails doesn't mean they're gay. I mean, that's what men are telling you. Men want to paint their nails now. This is what I'm telling you. And you got punk rock guys who paint their nails. They're not gay. You talk about
that's what they say. That's what y'all say.
You think they're gay because they paint their nails. They telling you I ain't gay. I like to paint my nails. That's the binary piece that's coming in.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you this: women are more acceptable of LGBTQism than they are than heterosexual. Because you will accept all that.
But how did you just call this punk rock guy?
But hold on, if I do anything masculine, it's gonna be considered toxic. But you accept you'll accept Saucy Santana and you'll accept guys like P. Diddy that looks like he's masculine, but he's really gay. He's a down low man that likes, just because he got a lot of kids and stuff don't mean
I know him personally. He is
but
not
I'm just
gay.
trying to tell you, this is what modern women like.
I watched his kids when they grew up. I knew Kim. So no, he's not gay.
All right, lady. I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to tell.
This is what we're talking about right here. Men also want to be accepted, to have feelings. Punk rock men like to paint their nails. Why do women get to do that? If you call that feminine, then you call that feminine. But I'm telling you, these dudes out here are not gay. They do not like men. They just want to do this. That is trending in itself, that it is becoming more popular, but that does not mean they're part of the LGBTQ community. Get out of here.
What do you say? What do you say about men that sag then? What you think about them? Do you know what sagging implicates? Does anybody know what sagging implicates? Men that sag, you know what that means? That's a part of jail culture too. That's LGBTQ, that's gay. I don't care what y'all say. Men painting their nails, that's a feminine woman trait. You borderline. If you not gay, you borderline that. You should not be painting your nails as a man. You should not be painting your nails as a man. You should just be a regular man. Men don't be. I love Israel. I love Israel Adesanya. But him, when he started doing that pedicure and painting his nails, I'm like, bro, you tripping, bro. You tripping, bro. I don't care. I don't care what you say, bro. You the baddest fighter on the planet, but you shouldn't be doing that. You a little off on that. You a little off, bro. You a little off. Nah, you tripping, bro. That's some gay shit, man. And if you ain't did nothing with a man, you open-minded to it. You damn near open-minded to that. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't be doing that. You tripping. A normal man is gonna have his pants up above his waist. I ain't never had to sag. I ain't never been a sagging type dude. Sagging, when I heard about sagging, guys that sag, that means you're advertising your butt to another man. And when you sag, that's in jail culture. That when you sag in jail culture, that means that opens up the window for another man to come over to make you his bitch. So that we adopt a lot of stuff that we adopt as men. We'll say it's acceptable to normal society, and they'll say, oh no, it's not gay. That's gay. That's feminine stuff. That's gay. You know what I'm saying? That's trying to be like a woman. Why would you want to sag your pants? Why would you want to paint your nails? Why would you want to be in high heel? Why would you want to have a purse? You know what I'm saying? We have suitcases and wallets. You know, you keep things the way they are. But y'all, this new age, y'all new age people, y'all love to do stuff that's completely opposite and then say it's normal. I have a problem with that. I have a serious problem with that. And me and Pooh, we not gonna let y'all do that. When we start our family, we not gonna let y'all do that. We breaking barriers. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what happened with Niecy's thing. She said her phone needs to be updated or something. So we might have to end this pretty soon. We was on here for a few hours. Hold on. Let me see if she want to get back on here real quick. But yeah, she a lot of women will accept feminine traits from men. And nah, that ain't gay. Oh honey, nah, that ain't gay. All right. Next thing you know, you're gonna be getting pegged. You know what I'm saying? That ain't me. I ain't about to get. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm staying. I'm staying cool. I'm cooler than the other side of the pillow. You know what I'm saying? I don't get down like that. It's friends I had out here since I ain't, as Tyreek would say, give them no bussy. Motherfucker befriended me. He unfriended me. Nigga, I'm trying to be cool with you. I can be cool with anybody, but if you get mad at me because you wanna enter in me, nigga, you crazy. I'm straight, nigga. I'm straight, nigga. Trying to LGBTQ me like I'm Charleston White, nigga. Please. See, me and Charleston White had to go through the same thing. They was trying to LGBTQ him. I done had some people out here try to LGBTQ me. Shit. I ain't about to do that. Shit, y'all tripping. Oh, nah, I'm in the women, baby. Shit. I'm cool. Y'all go by what the trendy shit. We stand in our lanes over here. Y'all on some other shit. That's why these topics are important, because men have to be men and women have to be women. Like Judge Joe Brown said, y'all need to man up. You have to man up and stop falling victim. Imagine Judge Joe Brown painting his nails. Come on. Imagine Muhammad Ali wearing a purse. Come on, man. Imagine Malcolm X sagging his pants. Come on, man. Hey, man, stop, man. I don't care about that punk rock shit. That's like, nigga, that's some gay shit to me. I saw gay. That's an astute observation, like Riley Freeman said, nigga. I ain't insulting you. That's gay. Shit. Nigga, be a man, nigga. Y'all tweaking out here. But the women like LGBTQ men. They love them. They'll take an LGBTQ man over a straight man. I done seen it with my own eyes. With my own eyes. They like LGBTQ men. They like them. And that's all a part of the feminism agenda. That's all a part of that. I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't gotta believe me. Y'all just look around. How you quoting Riley? Oh, Riley was right, man. I'm just trying to tell you, bro. I mean, shit. I'm just trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to live a straight society, but society they wanna steer you off the tracks. They wanna make anything opposite of LGBTQism and feminism is not considered normal now. Now you look like the anomaly in society. Cause like I said, even in the Las Vegas culture, because they have the swingers and LGBTQ. I mean, I've hung around those type of people, and like I'm trying to be on what some people I didn't even know they was like that, and whether I knew they was like that or not, they know who I am and they know I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? And what I don't like is some people try to get you in that shit. They want to try to get you into that culture and make you that way. Nah, I can be cool with anybody. I'm not afraid to talk to nobody, no matter who they are. But the thing is, you're not going to try to make me be somebody that I'm not, because I already know who I am as a man. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am as a man. You know what I'm saying? So if your mama fly, let me talk to her. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a fine ass mama or grandma or whoever or auntie, let me talk to them. You ain't trying to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? If you like that, that's you. If you want to be like that, that's fine. But I'm saying for me personally, but men, I'm telling you, that this is why I was trying to tell her that in some for instances it becomes trendy, because some men will literally immerse themselves and wear purses and not be and they immerse themselves in the homo agenda, but they really not like that per se, but they are wearing the heels and shit like that. Like, for example, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. It's gonna be this odd ass couple I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Watch this. You're gonna think I'm crazy, because I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy. Watch this. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Watch this. I'm gonna show you. Watch. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. If she's we're gonna see if she gonna get back on here too. Hold on. But I want to show y'all this though, because this tripped me out. This really did trip me out. I want to show y'all this. Watch this. Y'all gonna be tripping. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Watch. Where it's at. I got to show y'all the picture I'm talking about. I have to take a screenshot of this. Look at this. Do you see that? Look at it. Do you see that white woman holding up that black man? And look at the heels he got on. Look at them heels. She is masculine and he is feminine. Look. Right there. Look at him. He got them bell bottoms on with them heels. And she holding him up, kissing him. And he got that little tank top shirt on. So they are a heterosexual couple, but guess what? She acts like the man and he acts like the woman. And then watch this. That's them right there too. He supposed to be the woman and she supposed to be the man. Look at the crop top he got on. Look. That's how some of the women want us, fellas. That's how they want us. That's how they want us. They want us to be like that. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. That's how some of these women want us to be. All these niggas out here wearing them hoochie daddy shorts on and shit. Why are you wearing hoochie daddy shorts? Come on, man. What you doing, man? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. So hold on. Let me see if she gonna get back on here real quick. Hold on, y'all. We was supposed to. I know. I keep saying we gonna end it, but we keep on. We over here. Chatting and me and Pooh. I'm telling you, man. They got them hoochie daddy shorts on, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, so I just got off the phone with her, and she's gonna be back on for a little bit longer. I told her to try to say some last words, but she has an iPhone apparently, so I think she needs to update it, or it doesn't work too well with her phone. So we literally are really gonna end it. We are. But I want her to get on and say her last words so she can have no more issues. What's up with you? You already know what we was talking about. So I'm gonna show you the photo though again so you can see it.
Okay.
Hold
I
on.
I see a photo, but I mean, is that bring it over to the left a little bit?
Yeah, there we go. Hold on, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on, hold on. Let me zoom out. Okay.
Yeah.
You see it?
He is
Look at
kissing
him.
a
Look at him.
woman.
Damn,
Uh-huh.
why are people doing that? Stop. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Okay.
Okay. And this is a man and his wife.
That's his girlfriend. So she's holding him up
Uh-huh.
and
And
he has them high heels on with them tight bell bottom pants with that crop top. And
okay.
she's wearing she's wearing athletic gear and
Yeah.
she's holding him up because originally that woman was a lesbian, right? That
Okay.
woman was a lesbian and she only dated women. And then when she met him, she's like, "Oh,
Uh-huh.
he's really hyper feminine." And they got together, and
Okay.
he plays his nail. So that type of stuff like
Huh.
that. That's what feminism and LGBTism want us to be like. They want us to be
I
like
mean,
that.
don't say that.
Yes, they do.
That
They
couple
want us
wants
to
you to be like
be.
that.
I want you to look at it. I want you to look at it.
I'm
Look at
looking
that.
at it.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me get that out. Hold on. I want you to look at it, damn it. Go ahead, damn it.
I mean,
Look at that. Come on, man.
I mean,
Come
they
on. That's
still,
LGBTQ feminism. Come on, baby.
but why
Come
you keep
on,
calling that
baby.
feminism when a man is
That's
there?
feminism, baby. That's
But
feminism, baby.
a man is there. What do you call that?
That is, listen, look into me
There's
in
a
my eyes
man doing
when I
the
say
same
it.
thing.
Look
Why
into
are
me
you
in my eyes.
categorizing it as
That's
feminism?
feminism slash
Kind.
LGBTQism, baby. Look at my eyes when I say it.
Okay, so you're saying it's both. That sounds a
It's
little bit
both. It's
better.
feminism. That's what women want. Women from the
Wh-
empowerment movement want to see
No, no,
that.
no, no,
They
no.
want
Women from the
men to be
empowerment
more
movement or women from that community? Get it right.
women of empowerment of
No.
feminism movement, movement. They want to see
LGQ.
men.
Okay. I just
They
want to
want
make.
to see.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
want men to be in more of a docile, submissive, and subordinate position in
But not all
society.
of them. You can't categorize that as all of them. You
Go,
can't.
go on. Listen, go online
Yeah, no,
and
no, no.
you'll see
That's a
what I'm
certain
talking
type.
about.
So that's why the alphabet keep getting longer in the definition of LG. It, yeah, LGTQB
And guess
community.
what? That's a part of the third and fourth feminism wave, which I was trying to tell you earlier.
Yeah, but that you're talking about the female, not the male. The male can't be feminist.
And I'm gonna tell
They
you,
just
listen,
can't.
I'm gonna go back to the PhDs again. The PhDs are gonna argue and say yes, they can be feminists.
I
Women
don't.
will
No,
tell
not
you,
all of the
women,
PhDs.
PA,
Not,
you
look,
really listen.
I'm gonna
You
a
really need to
man.
watch the documentary called "What Is a Woman." You
A
really need to
man is a
watch.
man and a woman is a woman. They are
Go.
part of the LGBTQT community, and the feminist in that community wants her man to be that way, and the LGBTQT male is just that way. I guess that's what you're saying. So they're in
This
a
is what
relationship.
this is what De'Arion said. He said the LGBTQAAIP, this bad boy got 25% of the alphabet on lock.
So it's definitely growing, but I still stick to a male is a male, a
Right
female is a
over
female.
here, I know that's my nigga right there, boy.
Male is a male, female is a female, and I guess that's where I drew
But
my line
listen,
in the sand.
I'm gonna tell you something. Now you know how you say you consider yourself a real feminist.
I say I'm not a feminist.
Hold on. Well, hold on. So now you're not a feminist.
I am feminist. Yes, I represent
Okay.
myself as a woman in my community. Yes, sir. I advocate for my community of women.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be some women that are a part of the feminist agenda as well as men that's on the feminism slash LGBTQ agenda. They gonna argue that you're not a real feminist because you're not standing up for LGBTQ. So what do you have to tell those type of people that say that you're
No,
not a
no,
real
no. Let's get it
feminist?
straight. Let's get it
They gonna say
straight.
you're not a real
Listen,
feminist. They gonna
let's
say
get it
you're not
straight.
a real feminist
For the
because
record, I support women.
they're gonna. But I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That they're gonna tell you if you was with them face to face, they will tell you you're not a real feminist because you're not advocating for LGBTQ. They're gonna straight up tell you that. What
No,
are
no,
you
no.
gonna say to people like that? What are you
No, no,
gonna say
no.
to them if they say you're not a feminist?
That is not the community that I will talk to. The community of the
Well, what you gonna say to
LGBTQ.
them? What would
No,
you say
no,
to
they
them?
won't all say that because I know some of them who identify as women and they still like women. Now, the males who identify as women, they will disagree with me. Yes, you're right.
Okay, what you say to them? That's my point. What you gonna say to them type of feminists then? What you gonna
uh,
say?
I'm sorry, I just don't agree with your agenda. Like, I just can't.
All right. Well, I'm just letting you know that's just what they say.
Well,
That's
I'm
what they
aware of
say.
that.
All right. Well, why you think I'm? Well, why you making it seem like every time I tell you this or before that, you was trying to make it seem like I'm just making it up or
Because
it's not
you
true.
were categorizing the entire group as such, and I don't.
Majority in this third and fourth wave,
No,
yes, it
no,
is.
I
I
know
just showed
plenty.
you the picture.
No, no, that's just a couple. And that's what they identify as. Like we said, that's why we identified that. That's why the letters keep growing because there's different types of categories of people within that scene.
Where y'all gonna make up a sector to say y'all this like in the Christianity religion they say well we the Baptists and they the apostolic or when y'all gonna do that because
I
it
mean,
looks
that's
like all of
essentially
y'all
what's
together to
happening.
me all of y'all together to me shit
No, you can't say
nah
that now.
y'all damn near all together to me if you ask me. Cause y'all pick and choose. Oh, I agree with this part, but that part I don't agree with. But y'all ain't made no clear cut. Y'all and the LGBTQ, y'all ain't made no clear cut on who is for the children, who ain't for the children, who's for this, who's for that. Like y'all all different
You're
one
going too
lump
far
together gumbo.
now. They are people first. Like they are people first. You can't villainize the whole entire group of people just because you don't agree with their lifestyle.
Who said that? Who said that?
Well, you're going into children and everything else.
They
No, we're not gonna
going
go
into
there tonight.
children. They going into children, not me. They going
No,
into children. Literally, they going into children.
but they're
You walked into that
so
one too. Yeah,
so
literally, they
listen.
going into children.
So listen, you have to also look at it as a human, and I agree with you. You draw your line in sand. Man is man, woman is woman. I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Wholeheartedly.
Okay.
However, they are humans, and one thing that I can identify as a woman of color, when you're trying to speak up about a minority, a group of people, then of course they're going to try to advocate for themselves. It doesn't make them bad humans. As science
But
evolved with why they they think the way that they think or feel the way that they feel, then we'll learn a little bit more about this. It's just what it is. So I'm not gonna say these people are bad people just because they
I'm
think that way.
I'm not saying that they're bad, but I do think that they need to make a clear cut distinction between the ones that are not for pedophilia and
Whoa! My friends who are in that community fall into a pedophilia type of deal.
do you think I'm playing again? Watch this. Cause South Park made it.
That's another group of people. Come on now, you cannot categorize that whole group of people as such. That's wild.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not doing that. I didn't never say that. I'm not saying. I'm telling you what they are saying. I'm telling you
they?
what the LGBTQ and feminists.
No,
Watch this. Watch this. Just hold on. Just hold on.
Pedophilia is a totally different thing.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. Because you think I'm playing.
Could you carry up? I gotta go to bed.
Okay. I'm gonna just say this and then I'm gonna let you go. All right. So it's this group called North American. And yes, and they're part of feminism and LGBTQ. So I don't want to hear
they
you.
Say they are.
No,
I gotta see.
I'm about to tell you the group. Hold on. So listen, they're called Nebula, and Nebula stands for National or North American Man/Boy Love Association.
Okay.
And they was founded in 1978.
Okay.
And these men and they was a part of LGBTQ, and it's the most controversial group.
How
because
can they be feminists though?
Don't ask me. You have to ask the Love Boy group. You have to ask the Man Love Boy group.
So you just listen to anybody who call themselves feminists.
You can laugh all you want. I'm telling you, this is what these guys are doing, and they're saying that they are part of feminism / listen to what De'Arian said. Child drag show. Listen to this. Child drag shows are a thing. One literally had a drag queen with a sign saying it's not going to suck itself in front of kids. Another was teaching kids how to twerk. See what I'm trying to say? That's a part of Nebula stuff that happened in the 70s.
Yeah, Nebula, not the entire whole LGBTQ community.
Man, you crazy. Listen, this isn't to show bias one way or another. This is just show that it has happened.
Yeah, so I understand that. But what I'm saying is not the whole community. That's what I'm saying. I understand that it happened. I'm not an idiot here.
All right, well, I'm just trying to tell you this.
Yeah, show me the video with these guys.
I'm trying to tell you something though. I already showed you I told you the name of the group. I ain't got the video of them. It says these events were sponsored by LGBTQ groups. That's what De'Arian said.
Yeah, because they were by those men in that group.
But they are a part of feminism, and they will argue you down. Whether you agree with it or not, they're going to argue that they are feminists. You can laugh all you want, but they are part of your group. They are part of your group.
So they are part of your group. Right? So pedophilia. Yes.
And I told you about the psychologist too. That is doing that.
Pedophilia can fall in a heterosexual group or the LGBT community
but I'm trying to tell you, they don't identify. This ain't got nothing to do with no heterosexual. I'm talking about LGBTQism and feminism. That's what I'm talking about. They ain't got nothing. Yeah, we know it ain't no ancient niggas that produced the people that became feminists and LGBTQ. I already called that out when I said Dr. Umar has dealt with people within our community that has been touched by their own people. So a lot of the people in the family, they could have been perverts, but they were straight, but they just couldn't get nothing from the adults, so they decide to prey on the kid. So we understand that. I'm not talking about that. But moving on to LGBTQism and feminism, we know that that is running rampant in that community, and ain't nobody standing up or sticking up and just making a distinction and saying, you know what, yes, we are part of the LGBTQ community, but we're not touching on boys, and we don't believe in going to drag shows and doing it in front of little kids and stuff. They not saying that. Nobody in the feminism group is saying that, and nobody in the LGBTQ group is saying, "Oh, I make a distinction between that." They're not doing that. That's what I'm saying.
That as a feminist, I make a clear distinction of that.
Well, I get that you're okay. I get that you're saying it, and I know you think it's comical. I think it's comical too, but it's still an issue that more people like you need to say, well, no, that ain't what we're talking about. And you would think there will be an overwhelming amount of number of people saying, you know what? Where?
Dude, that is a total like, yes, it can fall within that community, like I said, but pedophilia, that's on another level. That's on another level and within that community.
I'm trying to tell you, you can think it's a laughable point, but it's true.
I'm not laughing at this point. I'm telling
you,
that's not the entire community. It is a certain group in that community that could be doing this. It's illegal. Nobody's gonna outright go there and say that. Come on now. Let them touch somebody's child. They're gonna be in jail. Come on now.
Well, all right. You can say that, but
I can. That's the law.
I'm trying to tell you something. Listen to this. America is becoming more like the modern day Rome now. Now it's okay, just like in Greek and Roman times, that especially when you come in of higher status, especially in the Greek and the Roman times, being gay, men being feminine and being painting their nails and looking like girls and stuff like that was considered to be of a high status, and it also was considered to be normal in Greek and Roman culture. Now America is doing the same thing, and I'm trying to tell you. Listen, hold on. I'm trying to tell you that ain't how Africans are. Africans wasn't doing that shit.
Bullshit.
Not until the Europeans came over and corrupted them with that nonsense.
Bullshit. The original.
No.
From Africa. What you talking about? What you talking about?
Where's evidence, archaeological evidence, where African people were being gay? Because it's outlawed. It's in most African nations.
What was it outlawed?
In most African nations, it's outlawed to be homosexual.
Why is it? It's also outlawed in the Middle East.
That's in Africa. The Middle East is North Africa. A lot of people, mainstream media say Middle East, but it's really North Africa. So that's still Africa. Like I'm talking about.
No. Let's get this straight. It's outlawed for a reason. Humans have. Let's be real. If we want to get biological, let's get biological here. No, let's get biological.
Go ahead.
Humans have sex for fun. Okay? Humans have sex for fun. Now, you go into this gay and this all this other stuff, right? You mess around with men, you gay, you mess around with women, lesbian, gay, whatever you want to call it. You like both, bi, whatever. But biologically, people have sex for fun. Okay? So, what is our essence? To create. So, oh my God, law came about, and law was like, nah, you can't. We got to keep procreating. We got to keep creating. So women can't mess with women, and men can't mess with men. because now you're messing with our existence.
You see where the area I said, he said, but there are
Biologically.
pedophiles who are trying to add MAP, minor attracted person, to LGBTQ. And I didn't
seen
even
that.
know that.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
I
even
seen
know
that
that.
one.
I
I
didn't
seen
know
that
that.
one.
Now that's new to me, the area. And you put us on game with that one because I didn't even know that shit. I just knew they was a part. I just knew Nabila was a part of it. The National American Man Love Boy Association group, because South Park made an episode making fun of that group. That's the only reason why I know about them. But I didn't know about no MAP though. But yeah, I'm gonna let you go. It was really fun talking to you, and I'm glad we was able to actually talk about this more in depth, because a lot of people don't understand the magnitude of or the severity of the situation that we're in, and we are becoming more like modern day Rome. So you know what I'm saying? It's okay to do all those things that the Roman Empire did and Alexander the Great. That's why some countries in Africa are not allowing America to come over there to pervert the gay agenda over there. So there are African nations that are doing that because they know that the African nations know that Europeans in the past have came over and raped the men, women, and children. That's in their culture to do that. That ain't in African culture to do that. If African culture is doing it now or in modern times, it's because they learned it from the beast itself on how to do that. It wasn't innately in their nature to do that, because African people are naturally speaking, are spiritual people, and we like to host and help out other cultures and other groups. We're not a perverted culture. We only became perverted when we learned the wicked ways of the outsiders that came over and taught us these ways. But I don't know if you want to add or land your plane there with something else. Damn, I think her app is messing up. But anyway, we are gonna end it. Again, seriously, we're gonna end it this time. It was fun interviewing Niecy, and it was fun speaking to you guys. And I'm glad that you guys were actually able to come on here and have this profound discussion. Because again, we do need to have these discussions because they are plaguing the minds of many African melanated and original people across the planet. And we definitely need to make sure that we are in our rightful state of mind so we can move forth in a righteous manner. And having said that, I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, and I really truly appreciate y'all, and y'all stay blessed. Okay, peace for now.